again. Do you have a past that has wrought misery upon you? The desperate struggling of the defeated never ceases to amuse me. Oh, you poor thing. Whenever I watch these individuals march their droll, identical paths, one measured step after another, I'm rather amused by the thought that their so-called free will is nothing but a fleeting illusion. Tell me, which thread of fate would you like for me to unveil? Since you came all this way, I shall offer you a presage. Your freedom is only but an illusion. It's already too late to escape. Do you have a past that has wrought misery upon you? Let me cage you there. A pleasure to meet you. I have been awaiting you. Hopefully, it's different this time.
A hot summer, an impromptu boot camp, when the waves roll in and whoosh us away, what awaits us is...
Fresh blood?
Wait. Hold on. So you're asking me to participate? Is that so? It's been a while since I let loose. EpicSeven, 7th Anniversary Festivities, Part 1.
Need someone to ride with?
The hot summer, an impromptu boot camp, when the waves roll in and whoosh us away, what awaits us is... Kept waiting. I'm here. Who's a little cute? I guess it really is summer. It's scorching out. You ready to take a plunge with me?
Ballsy today, aren't we? Rebellious ones aren't really my type. You're due for some punishment. Stop right there! What a troublesome child. What's this? You've got rebellious eyes. Ready for your punishment?
I knew we'd meet again. Do you have a past that has wrought misery upon you? The desperate struggling of the defeated never ceases to amuse me. Oh, you poor thing. Whenever I watch these individuals march their droll, identical paths, one measured step after another, I'm rather amused by the thought that their so-called free will is nothing but a fleeting illusion. Tell me, which thread of fate would you like for me to unveil? Since you came all this way, I shall offer you a presage. Your freedom is only but an illusion. It's already too late to escape. Do you have a past that has wrought misery upon you? Let me cage you there. A pleasure to meet you. I have been awaiting you. Hopefully, it's different this time. For those of you who are observing from beyond this pain, I have prepared a fitting arena. Feel free to scream. I look forward to the amusement you shall regale me with.
There was never a place for you to belong in this world. Tenebria, I will be your reckoning.
It is time we decide who shall be crowned victor.
E7WC 2025. First broadcast on July 19th. To you, the glory of victory.
With this power to manipulate time and space, I shall come find you soon. I do hope we meet again.
Frozen hands begin to move, and time resumes its silent march. The darkness fades, and light returns as radiant hope begins to shine once more. You 사람들은 당신을 이렇게 부르더군요. 마신을 쓰러뜨릴 유일한 존재. 성약의 계승자라고. 하지만 지금 당신이 할 수 있는 건 소중한 이들의 죽음을 그저 지켜보는 것뿐. 여신의 대리인이여, 어디 한번 덤벼보세요. 이 6번째 세계의 운명을 넘어설 자신이 있다면 말이죠. 2025년 7월 운명을 넘어서는 순간 새로운 전설이 시작된다. 에픽세븐 2025 월드 아레나 챔피언십.
Welcome everyone to another day of EpicSeven World Arena Championship 2025. Today, it's time for Japan and Europe to follow about 6 hours after from right now. So if you don't want to miss either one of it, make sure to clock it right now so you don't miss Europe happening 6 hours later. I'm G Clef, the host of the show with Faki and Car6. As usual, how are we doing, gentlemen? Yesterday, Korea was a blast. I'm sure Japan, because Japan does have a Phantom back in the name list. It's going to be an awesome day again. Right, Car6?
That's right, a Phantom Menace indeed. We watched last night. We talked about Gong Miaomi, the uncrowned king. Well, guess what? We have the crowned king from 2022 himself, Phantom. Always a fan favorite, but not just Phantom. I think Japan in general always plays a little unorthodox. They really bring exciting plays, collab characters, and I'm sure Valky has more info on this region.
Collab characters. Can we see some Roy, our boy, Rimuru, and Milim, and all those good collab heroes coming back today? Valky?
Oh, you know, that is a really, really intriguing point. Japan is arguably the newest server to join the RTA ecosystem, and ever since they joined, they've always brought their special own, different flavor, let's call it, to the RTA metagame. And I can't wait to see all the Albedos and Sheltiers we're going to be seeing today, going by past records.
Sheltier. Yes, one shot. But I heard that one shot's really good, but past that one shot, Sheltier is still good after. That's the real thing. That she does her job, the early one shot, one kill usually, and then what follows after. Sheltier is also has a weakness and a lot more Albedo. I'm expecting some more Rimuru, some more. What other collab? Mostly PvP characters that I'm missing.
We saw some Korean. We saw a little bit of Espa.
Espa, yes, Espa. That we saw yesterday. I'd have some Dizzy.
Okay. Look, guys, if we're talking about collab units, the one I really want to see, bring back Rem, bring back Amelia, show me what's good, and if a cleave ever drops, hey, maybe we will.
Oh, and we got to see some hovers of Benimaru yesterday. No picks though.
Yeah.
Benimaru was used actually used once at least last year. So we had some cool boom explosion with Benimaru. So we're talking about collabs because this is Japanese server, and in fact they do like to pick collab heroes compared to any other regions in history. So that's what we're talking about, the collabs. But before we go into the tournament, we have the overview. Let's take a look first. Same schedule, but we went through 3 days. Today, we have Japan and Europe happening on the same day, so don't miss it. It might not be on the same day depending on your time zone, but keep your eyes on it. Because Europe's got quite a different taste, as Valky did highlight yesterday, as they like to turtle up and revive a lot more compared to the other regions. And then the group draw following week, we have a week break. Perhaps a summer vacation before the main matches, because that's when the balance patch drops, everyone. And that's going to be wild. Things happening in the main matches for 3 weeks, and then the top 3 players got to come to travel to Korea. So there's a week break, and then the grand finals with the top 3 players. Here's a prize pool. A lot of money on the line, champion. $50,000, all for the one and only champion. And then the rest, slightly less, but still a lot of prize for everyone else. as long as you make it into the top 8. We went through Global last week. Cooker Bat, Light. So through the interviews, and many players were saying, I was just slightly little more lucky. Well, indeed, Cooker Bat was, I think, slightly more luckier than the other days. But the other players are always saying I was a little lucky, but I think they're being very humble during their interview.
Well, we've seen how close the games can be, right? So that little bit of luck sometimes pushes you over the edge.
And sometimes it keeps your 0-2 alive. Sometimes it keeps your 2-0 dream into the main stage. Hazamare, as you can see, 0-2. Xiao, I actually went back last night and we watched the draft only for those 2 games. And Xiao drafted really well, in fact. And
oh yeah,
I think he will follow the same. And if you want to have that RNG, you do have to draft those counter or some potential heroes that could lead you into better luck too. Facepalm, certainly a great player from Asia that advanced from Asia. Korea, we had SYAC first, and then Gomyangmi. Finally, this guy gave no luck. But Sashimi T, that's a 2-0, but I have to say that best of 3 was intense. It went all the way down to the wire. Some insane Ice Payra hitting a green unit with a stun with no soul burn on S1 twice. I think that was quite lucky, but still, that was a 2-0 for Gomyangmi. So had the result.
It was
for
a bit
Korea.
of a shame. I think overall everybody had really good drafts throughout the entire day, but when the drafts are that close, a lot of times, like Car said, it does just take 1 to 2 small RNG bits to just kind of swing the matchup one way or the other.
Oh, and I think we should have the players of Japan. Not 16 today. We have 8 from Japan, 8 from Europe. So, who wants to take this first? A screen. I see Phantom.
I can run through
I
real
think
quick.
I'll take this one. Well, actually,
Okay.
Car, why don't you go ahead and
Okay,
talk
Car,
about
real
take,
fast,
some of the
guys.
guys you see
take
here.
over.
Talked about Phantom, 2022 winner, amazing, one of the best favorites to win this insane gear score. Think of like Japan's version of Gomyami. Toshi Popo, also keep an eye on this guy. Tank down, turn 2 player. He did lose last year to Nekoboro, but I really like his playstyle. It's very similar to mine. So those 2 are kind of my standouts for at least this side of the bracket.
Valky, you have any comments on the first
Well, I
screen?
think for me, well, I talked about him a few times, but the person I faced off the most personally across this entire roster is Sanada Kuang, and he's arguably one of my favorite players to be watching because for as many matches of RTA as some of us have played, you know, sometimes ranking in the thousands and even 10,000s, Sanada Kuang always brings a little spice, and I'm praying he shows some of that Terranor Royal Guard action he sometimes brings to the ladder.
Royal Guards.
Oh, baby.
Okay, maybe we'll see that. Maybe we'll see that happening. We got the next 4 players for Japan. Ayataka, Ponbashi, Oona, and Chapi. 4 players are ready to go. Any highlights you want to point out from the second screen?
I think the one standout for me that I noticed is Oona, who a lot of people on the rank ladder might recognize as that Japanese angelic Momo rep. He runs a super fast opener, which is usually like a Conqueror Lilius or some kind of Hellion Lua. Hard crowd control, usually coming out super fast first turn. If he can catch his opponent off guard, I expect him to be maybe one of the players to upset Phantom in this bracket, since we're only going to be getting 1 winner going to the main stages.
Oh yes, only 1 will be going up to the main stage from Japan, and that will be tough. Similar story, but just think of it as think of it as one side of the bracket from the other server, because from the other server from 16 we have 2, but from Japan and Europe just 1 slot. Nero versus Chapi, Sanada Kuon versus Ayataka, Phantom versus Oona, Toshi Popo versus Ponbashi. Will be the quarterfinals, and the same, we'll not get to see all the quarterfinals today, but only 2 out of the 4. We'll see which 2 it is actually going to be. And we'll pick that up once that is ready. Japan. And I saw the chat a little bit. And why did Phantom not make it last year? He couldn't get past the second round of the qualifiers. Here's a coupon for today. Day 4, E7WC 2025, JP. And try changing JP to EU. Let's see if that works.
Whoa, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
I actually don't know. I am actually throwing that out. Again, this is only for 12 hours, guys. Again, so make sure to put this in first so you don't run out of release. I almost missed it, but I went back home. I got napped and woke up like, whoa, I almost missed my coupon, but got it in. So make sure. Okay, now, thank you, GM says. Now that coupon will be up on our chat pinned. And this is another one. Man, all of my guildmates are just spamming this in chat. Like, even if you don't have Tenebria, you can still get the emoji and use it all the time. Okay, those are the coupons for Japan. Thank you. So, oh, another one? No. I was like, oh, another one for Japan. So, gentlemen, since we have about a minute, I think, or less, out of the 8 players, who moves on to the main stage? I'll put you on the spot first, Valky. Who do you think's gonna make it today? It's hard to choose.
Well, I think there's an easy answer and there's a funny answer.
Okay, both,
and
please.
For me personally, I think the easy answer, Phantom, but the funny answer and the one I'm really crossing my fingers for is going to be Sanada Kuang. And if it's not him, I think Toshi Popo's a really strong player as well. So hopefully he makes it onto the stage and I get to see some of his matches as well.
Okay, we will get to hear Cars after some information about the players because we have the match getting set up right now. Nero versus Chapi will be our first match on live. And ooh, is that good looking hero in the middle, in the most picked?
Yeah.
Briarwitch.
Skin action. Briarwitch Cleave, maybe something that we don't see too often in the other regions. Japan showing a lot. It's not just Nero. Maybe a lot of Briarwitch Iseria coming out. We did see her one time before, right, G-Clef, where it was a little bit awkward. She has an anti-revive mechanic, and the player that was using her had a revive on her team, so it didn't quite work out the best. But I think Japan is much more specialized in this unit.
I think so.
And, you know, on that topic, I think a lot of people are going to be curious. Okay, his most ban protected is that Briarwitch Iseria, the revive denier for the entire board, but you also see a Spirit Eye Celine in his most pick. That tells you not only is he going to bring the defense breaks, he's looking to play insanely aggressive with the Spirit Eye Celine to the point where he might not even use that S3 ultimate to anchor down his composition, putting every single turn into that attack, hit, and you're just looking to do the most amount of damage possible.
Oh yes, Briarwitch, get some damage in with some debuff, and then you just clean up with the Flan. Or Celine, you already have that much damage with just those 3. Celine, I think, is up to 63% win rate now. Very, very high, getting a lot more than what we had. It was about 61 when we started yesterday, but slightly higher than that now. And here is the opponent of Nero. It's Chapi. Pera, Yufine. Most picked, most played hero is Yufine by far for the first 3 days. FCC with Briarwitch again? Is that a typo or can't be a typo, right?
No, I think he also just has a, you know, that trio that we see. We keep seeing these trio, the Fallen Sealer, the Lone Wolf Pair, the Abyssal Yufine, just such solid units, especially get early, not in just game 1, game 2, game 3, wherever they might come out, they always provide some very good value. We talked a little about Abyssal Yufine, where she's not always hyper carrying. You can build her in a lot of different areas, and then she also has her passive, which will impact the match as well.
Oh yeah, Yufine by far the most picked, 44 times. Slightly higher, 56% now from 55. So we'll see. No head-to-head, no relative record, or the record from last year. As you know, the matchup is from the first seed to the last seed, and then it goes in order. So that's why we have Nero versus Chapi. That's why the ranking is kind of far away. But we'll see what happens. Nero, known as really, really good, one of the best players from Japan. And
yeah, I would say him and Phantom, right, are the clear favorites.
We will get Briarwitch, or are we going to get Snipe Band? Because both of them want to play.
And both of them, you know, really went through the ladder. Look at how many matches they had to play just to make it to this exact point in time right now. But I will say, considering the summer season rankings, if you look at where Chapi is, smack dab right there on the line for Emperor rank, I think it'll be an uphill battle for him going up against Nero. But going off of my information for Nero, Nero is a bit of a one-trick pony, specializes in speed drafts. So if he can weather the storm, maybe fight off one match, get himself that one win, I think Chapi actually stands a pretty solid chance.
And here we go. The very first game of Japan. We can only get one going into the main matches from the server. Arcedizio, Rider Witch, and Arunkaban.
I already see one character escaping the pre-bans, and of course, one of these guys has that naughty first pick.
Is it Rinaku? Uh-oh, hold
it's
up.
It's a green thief, all right.
Aha.
Yep,
Yeah.
you got it.
There she is, there
Hovering the
she
swing for a
is.
sec. I do like that Chapi opts to ban out that Briar Witch. I don't know if it was a mistake or not, but we did see that he has that on his ban protect. However, you know, we did see Nero, who plays a little bit more aggressive, so maybe opting to just take her out of the equation.
Rinak.
And you definitely expect that out of the second pick player, since he's just at a natural disadvantage. You should do your best to remove your opponent's most picked and mayhaps the linchpin to their entire strategy. We do get that Flawless Cecilia passive, able to block half of all of the fixed damage, and of course, well, we're familiar with this one, gentlemen.
Yeah, we've been through this song and dance. Oh, look how fast he picked that Politis into the amid. The aggression is coming out from Nero. We saw this coming.
We got the speed coming from Amid being in the protection. Might actually bring some
Now,
more.
keep
Very
in mind, the
reminiscent of, like,
Ahmed
a
is
Go
really
Meowmy.
good at enabling combo DPS. You know, we've seen the Judge Kisei, we've seen Blue Kisei, as well as Strays, but in this matchup, because Chapi did expertly sequence in that Abyssal Euphine, and as you guys highlighted earlier, she has that passive that can limit combat readiness push, which actually stops a lot of the combo potential you see with Ahmed. A little bit surprised that was the pickup, but that does give Chapi really good room to pick up a defensive anchor in the Blood Moon Haste.
Well, that's a good reason to pre-ban that Briar Witch Iceria. We talked about the revival mechanics. Blood Moon Haste, one of the best revivers. Their Moon Bunny to kind of combat these two extra turn units.
Well, and you know, I would even say all three characters for Nero right now has some semblance of extra turn. So the Moon Bunny is just going to be really annoying, providing that extra utility left and right. Will be a little bit easier to clear up if you can get the right AoE characters, but it's just going to be so annoying to deal with.
Shall we test?
Mort comes out
The fan favorite.
to block the counters of Euphine.
Yeah, I
Haste,
like this pickup.
Trying to start something?
That's right, G-Clef.
and Janu on top. It's not the regular
Providing
a lot of
ML
anchor.
Politis pair, it's with the Fire Politis.
It's really not the worst combo. I think he's trying to go for like a bit more of an aggro instead of like a full cleave, which means he wants to slow down. He wants to use characters like the Moor to deny a lot of the value from these defense characters, since a lot of times if your opponent goes really fast, you do just take advantage of the counterattacks. And there it is, Amiki locked in. I'm expecting the Moor to be banned out. And of course, trade ban against each other.
Amiki ban, Mort ban. So we do have Genua. And the first floor for Chapi going through. It's massive damage available from the left, and Nero does have the speed. Chapi, can you tank all that and survive? There is FCC and haste, just in case anyone falls. So there's some backup. And also Moon Bunny really
There's
good
some
with the
backup, but
passive.
yeah, Chappie's really gonna have to weather the storm here. He does have like some anti-fix mechanics, but here we go. Game one underway.
Or you might regret it.
Amid starting. Nero on the left, Chapi on the right.
Still hope. Please, have faith in me.
And it does seem like we're just going to start off strong. All of our extra turns coming in. Bunny Dominio will put up that row of skill nullifier. Immunity as well. This is going to be blocking majority of the damage coming in here.
Yeah, the fix will bypass the skill nullifier like we talked about yesterday. She'll also be able to get rid of one with the Pilfer. That's going to lower that Blood Moon Haste stats. But Chappie's very tanky here. Barriers plus the Fallen Cecilia should shrug off most of this.
Counterattack.
There it is, counterattack.
Let's not do this.
Oh, a little bit spooky there. We did not see the Proof of Valor normally associated with the Blood Moon Haze. So this is going to be a big hit, and he goes down immediately. That greater attack buff and critical hit damage buff really coming in clutch for Nero there. Now Politis will be able to clear away all Field Nullifier and set up the next aggressive turn for her team.
Oh, that hurt so much. Another counter attack. Oh, this is
Okay, that's what Chapi needs.
Starts
To get
doing some
steam rolling with
damage.
his Abyssal
That's
Yuffie.
massive. Bunny goes for the sleep, and it works.
Good sleep there. They want to press skill 3. Politis still active.
He was really weighing his options there, figuring if he was going for a sleep or to just boost his team, maybe get the Doctor's bag value out of the Bunny.
Oh, decent damage. We get the strip too.
I know.
I think that strip was big. It got the immortality, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Yes.
It hit. Yeah, 1 HP, I think.
Oh.
I think Nero's gone. Chappie's gonna wipe him here with his AU feat.
Yeah, the little cut. That's.
Oh, it did
No,
not.
he didn't
okay.
get the strip.
Oh, it was 88.
Oh,
okay.
What did we see?
How's this?
I thought he did
Oh, his
too.
attack broken.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Oh my god.
Barely any HP left on the Yufine. Both are so close.
Oh,
Idle
and
cheer.
he didn't take any chances there.
Nice play there
Boosts
from
his
Nero.
team.
Yep. That should be enough to finish. No holy sack for the Abyssal Yuffine. And now Chapi maybe could still pull this off, but he's about to take so much
Extra
damage. Idle cheer
bites.
activating.
From Genua. Ouch.
Yeah. It's just too much.
That should be it. Both in stealth. And Fallen Cecilia can only attack one.
Finally,
Chapi
silly fighting is over.
says, okay, I'll take that game 1. And Nero wins round number 1. Close call. If that was a strip on Genua, would that have been it?
That would have most certainly been it. If his units just hit a little bit harder. Look at Chappie, so surprised there. The expression of shock plastered all over him. I mean, that was one of those things, right? If the Fallen Cecilia or the Moon Bunny did just a little more damage and trigger that immortality, the Abyssal Yuffie was able to clean up. And another what if as well. If the Blood Moon Haze, what if he was on Proof of Valor, like the common ladder build you see nowadays instead of being on counterattack with Celestine? If he was, just what if he was on that proof, he might have just gotten away stealing the match.
Not even just the ladder build, right? We saw the Proof of Valor haste in last night's matches and how much tankier it makes him. I think that would have potentially given him that slight edge that he needed to maybe bring it a little closer.
That was close indeed for both sides. Game 2, Nero leading the pack. Chapi should get the first pick. Now let's wait for the extra pre-bans. Remember the lunatic format? The 10 used are not available as well from game 1. Lydica, Abyssal. Imperial Love. Arcades?
Okay, he first picks that New Moon Luna with the pre-ban on the Infinite Horizon Arcades. Now we see that Witch of the Mirror Tenebria and the Spirit Iceline. We talked about this unit and how Nero might utilize her with potentially, you know, the Briar Witch is banned out, but he is no stranger, doesn't care. He wants that aggression once again.
And this is where the game gets a little bit spicy because I think oftentimes we've gotten used to just seeing people pre-ban so many of the openers, disabling and just completely shutting out the speed-based strategy. And come round 2, these guys are slamming all of their speed units. You got the Luna, you got Witch of the Mirror. Luna, I would say, is a little bit more neutral. You know, she could play both. Okay, well, as I was saying, these guys are just putting pedal to the metal. We are fighting for that first turn
Green
control.
Mildred with Frida. Souls.
All right.
Souls.
Little free to cleave.
All right, Chapi going all the
I
way.
see you, Chapi.
If through the question, can you race? Can you dance with me? Nero? What's your answer?
Nero's thinking about it. You
What's
guys,
your answer?
I hope everybody here, as well as the players, remember. I mean, Inheritor Amiki is pre-banned for this match. She was used in the draft last game, even though she didn't make it to the match.
Oh, you're right.
If you decide to defend against your opponent here, you do not have a lot
Nero
of pivot room.
answers.
There's no
We
wiggle
ain't
room.
backing down.
Jacko? Even? Some
some
I think you
potential
gotta go
collab?
for an imprint here. You're down one
Imprint?
imprint. Going
Silk?
for a Rand, yes, it's good,
Okay.
but Silk is a good character here. I like the Silk.
Yeah, we saw this come out from Go Miami, especially last night. The Nero, Go Miami, there is a little bit overlap in kind of their play styles, but yeah, the Silk, the speed imprint, the dual attacks, very, very strong unit.
Bring out all of them. Veronica, Shuri, or the ML Shuri. We got more. We have a lot more speed
I
imprints
will
these
say-
days.
Let's start.
First Shuri.
Draft is favoring Chappie.
All
Shuri gets locked in
right.
first in 2025, and I mean, if he locks in another
Double
one,
imprint!
Surin.
oh, triple imprint. You got the
Triple
Vildred, the
imprint.
Shuri, and the Surin.
Excuse me, right? Double at the end, triple with that Vildred.
And
We have no damage,
Hwayong.
though.
Oh, that is nasty.
I kind of like that Hua though because there's a little bit lack of damage on Chappie's side potentially, and so the Hua is going to be an anchor pick that maybe if he loses a speed battle could come out.
Yeah, takes down one
Wow, and Chappie.
imprint. And some damage.
Yes, the
He's
Shuri,
being so
the Shuri as to
respectful there.
Luna, the Surin, is that going to be enough? I don't know, especially against something like a bystander Hua.
Right?
I'll tell you what, this is going to come down to one thing, and that is the gear quality on this Fire Shuri. Now, out of all characters on Chappie's side, only the Fire Shuri has maybe any, if at all, kill pressure onto this Hwayong.
Uh-huh.
So what this Fire Shuri needs to be on is one of those 180, 190 speed, maximum damage. Maybe the build you use for this when you're doing the dual attack Fire Shuri build, because that is the only way you're going to be able to send home this Hwayong. That or she falls asleep at the wheel. We'll have to see what happens here.
Oh,
Luna
yes.
does go first with 2 speed imprints.
Opting for just S2.
A whole lot of
Let's
speed.
just put on the pressure. Look at the pop.
The Hwayong.
Oh my god, already Divine Vessel. That's kind of scary.
Who does it hit?
Oh, Frida
my
gone.
God, that is not good for Chappie.
Oh, boy. And here comes Ron.
I always give my whether you win.
So
That seems
Guys.
really bad.
it's the blade.
Yeah, I think this might be it.
Your role
6 out of 6. Of course.
Oh,
I don't even know if that matters. We have the follow-up, the Witch of the Mare. We have the Spirit Isoline waiting in the wings. Soulburn ready to go.
Are we locked and done?
I think that is game. Chappie just sitting there.
Uh-huh,
I think the
Hwayong.
better play there would have been to just soul burn the Luna, push into the Frida, and just chain the rest of his turns. And there it is. GG comes out. Nero will be the first one moving on today.
Quick match. Nero looking confident.
Quick and quick picks, and was really well answered after Tenebria, Spirit Isoline. Chapi started picking imprints, and then Nero just said, okay, I got my Ran, I got my Silk, and ML Hwayong to answer. Well done.
Yeah, I think he saw that the imprints that were coming out, besides the Vildred, right? We were talking maybe sure he has enough damage if it's like some weird PV build, but I think that was a nice little pivot there at the end with the bystander. Wow, now there was a misplay. I think, you know, these guys are here for a reason though. I'm not. But I think, yeah, like Valky was saying, maybe that risky play with the New Moon Luna turn 1, and we kind of got bit in the butt with that bystander wall rebuttal.
Yeah, choosing S2, I believe, was the decision for Chapi to begin with. So we might get to see that again in the highlight, and this certainly was a highlight moment. One slash, and boom. Janua still.
Mr. Feet was putting in a little work. She was trying out there. Just the lack of that proof of valor and the haste kind of left Chappie in a too early of a disadvantage 3v4 situation.
Ooh, and this was just such a heartbreaker. Genua was literally a pixel away from losing the passive and getting cleaned up by the Abyssal Yuffie, but Nero just edging it out slightly off of that extra HP lead. Gives himself
88 HP.
Oh, the
I like
clutch.
that reaction.
That was close.
Your guard is down.
Yeah, we're still on game 1, and then it was GG called after a few more damage bites coming down from the left side. And then the second game, don't blink. And
Love that animation.
Frida!
Yeah, I
stepped
wonder
on.
if this draft by Chappie, though, if it was just a result of the fact that, you know, he got some of his speed units taken away, and both of them are speed players fighting against each other, and if you do get gear gapped on speed, I mean, he has 2 speed imprints, or 3 rather, up on 1, and he still chose to ban Nero's imprint as opposed to either the Hua Young or the Spirit Eye Celine, you know, one of these anchor units that can defend against all of the speed lead he's created.
Yeah, getting Vildred out of the way was also really good, removing a lot of damage source. You're saying, guys, someone was saying, is that T-Surin? No, it's not T-Surin. Pepisurin,
I missed
that
T-Surin.
different colors. We used to have, how many years? Was it 22, I want to say? 21?
Where
3-4
T-Surin was
years?
dominant?
Oh, yes, where T-Surin
Yeah,
was
it
kind of dominant.
21.
21, I think, right? Yeah, it's been some time. That's Fire Surin, guys, which a lot of people, I think, used in the Rift when Kane was out. So it's been some time. And I think Kane with Surin and with Haste, and those team was actually one of the most popular teams for the Rift. But that Rift is also last year. That's so last year too. I think I still have my Fire Tisurin on that build. I haven't touched her since. Oh, maybe Expo. About it doesn't matter. I think she's still on the PvE setting. I don't know about you guys, but that's usually where she's getting used, not in PvP. So that's why we were saying Chapi might be lacking a little damage, right? She might not have the PvP gear on.
Yeah, his imprint choices. We kind of talked about how he was definitely, you know, the underdog there. There could be a gear gap situation, and the confidence was kind of showing where, you know, he still banned the speed imprint despite having 3 of them himself, and that really led him into an awkward situation against the bystander Hua Young.
Understood.
Exactly, well put, Car. He was essentially up something to the tune of 38 speed, and he still chose to ban the 14 speed. I would have liked to see a little bit more confidence, ban the Hua Young instead, just, you know, go into the Silk, man mode it, and then if you lose that way, just be like, it was gear gap.
That could be one excuse, but Chapi made his choice, and also Luna, that first place, you guys mentioned it already. So that's a 2-0, and Nero will be going up to fight one of the winner of either Sanada-kon or Ayataka, that we actually don't know what the result is going to be until we actually hit the next match. Because we go down to the other side, and next matchup, we will have the previous, the XX champion of the tournament, Phantom, on the screen, and production on top. Thumbs up, and that's what Phantom says. And Peyra and that
One of the
protection
Crown
means
Kings.
Speed is the way.
Yeah, stacked account, 75% win rate. Very, both him and Nero, I would say, very looking like Go Meow Me from last night on Korea's server. Keep an eye out for this guy. Look at his picks. Premier damage, speed units, ban protect on that para. Takes out the Zeo and the Harsetti just like Go Meow Me.
And he's got to be sporting one of the lowest game counts for qualifying players. 75% win rate at just over about, 76 matches? That is impressive, and we do see him opting for a lot of the consistent strategies we've seen, like that blue Peyra on most ban protected. Usually, if you know you're the faster player, you put so much pressure on the other guy who is defending when you pick her, because Requiem Roana is waiting just around the corner.
Oh yes, I'm surprised we don't have her in the most pick. I'm sure that wasn't allowed so many times, but on the other side, we've got some Aria pictures. And Elinov with some slower, tanky Oikona. But weren't you mentioning that Oikona was another speed player, Valky?
Based on, if my memory serves, yeah, he is very fast, but hey, maybe he's gotten more in touch with this JP community. As you know, every single server, like the Korean mingles with the other Korean players, global mingle with other global players, and we develop each server's culture, so to speak. And a draft, especially with Aria in that third pick ban protect slot, definitely speaks that he's playing a lot more Japanese, so to speak. What do you think, Car?
Well, I'll say this. I like how you put that. But I think especially, right, we talked about in the last match how if you think your opponent is faster than you, you're not going to have a good time, especially if you back down. So I like that kind of pivot of Koina. If he was originally a speed player, now opting for a little bit more bruisers, Ilinov, that ML Aria, I kind of like this a little more.
By the way, some of you guys are having issues with drops. Press F5 and try refreshing. We're checking on it, and or reconnect, or you can close the browser and reopen the browser, and Control Shift T. Then you will get all the tabs that you had before. That's a little Windows secret key, short
Tips and tricks from G-Clef.
hotkey from me that I always do because I love to turn off my computer and save electricity as a good person.
What a good Samaritan. Thank you, Mr. G.
And then turning back on all of my 9 tabs that I had before I turn off my computer to use more electricity.
That's light work.
After pressing a lot of Control W's. Okay, hopefully drops are back. And we'll see, because let's start with the match first. Renak, Arunka, Zio, Hersetti. Okay, standard bands. And
Phantom does have that first pick, locking in that para. Very, very strong unit.
What do you know about me?
Following up Luna, you think this is about the most standard you guys will almost ever see any RTA opening. Hersetti, Bossarunka, Renak, Zio Band, first pick favorite replied to by Luna A. Yufin. I don't know about you guys, I've at least seen this start to any draft a million times, but Witch of the Mir Tenebria is a bit of a newer pick. Boy, Kona throwing up the hands, they're going, ooh, scary.
Gotta respect it. Here you go.
Man, we gotta put a speed limit.
A bunch of mutts.
Arya comes out. All right, so he's gonna try to weather the storm a little bit. Gonna let Phantom take the lead.
Must be Oikona's signature pick. We have Arya in the middle. Usually we see her on the second game.
Japan server as a whole really likes playing effect resistance-based strategies, and Disciplinary Prefect Arya is just the newest kid on the block, able to provide her team with that aura. I believe it was 40 effect resistance, and on top of that, gives herself a whole bunch. So if you're looking to at least shake off these debuffs, deny the souls, eliminate Phantom from being able to play soul burns, you know, honestly, there's no better defensive unit than the Arya there, and she could double up as a offensive cruiser as well.
Flan is picked to pair up.
Flan pick is a little bit curious here. Normally, it's not something you would opt into when the enemy has a Litica on third pick Band Protect. Resource reduction is one of her gimmicks, and when your Afternoon Soak Flan loses all of her ammo, she does lose half of her evasion as well. So a very high-risk play here. I'm really curious what he's going for in this instance.
Also, Tenebria is a big threat for that Flan. So got two...
Be careful.
Okay, this looks like a draft from a winning player.
Yeah, Phantom side is just so much aggression. Uh-oh.
Really?
Another one? Little anchor? Stops the counters? I don't know, though. Maybe just band bait?
There could
He's
be,
thinking.
yeah, there could be a couple of counters.
Death
Not the worst pick. Okay, locked from Phantom.
Yeah, not the worst pick. We kind of talked about F-Res. Mort has those kind of special ways he applies those new debuffs that he has, that new Terra mechanic. Additionally, you know, we talked about there's some counters on the field between Abyssal Yufin potentially. So, you know, I like that as maybe an anchor.
Iseria.
Ooh. Cheeky Briar Witch Iseria here. Maybe that's where his speed gear is. Not a character you really want to be like slamming when your opponent's looking to posture up, run you over with debuffs, this and that, but if he gets to set up that first turn and he gets to go up against the Spirit Eye Celine and the Mort, she does deny a lot of revives and Mort ban away as well as the Abyssal Yufin. Okay, a little bit of an interesting decision there going over for both players, not respecting the Briar Witch Iseria. Maybe he just knows he's faster than it no matter what Oikona does.
I think that's definitely it, right? The Briar Witch, we talked about how Fire Flan and the Briar Witch could be a little awkward. Phantom just showing pure confidence here, and I think the Mort ban made sense.
Here we go. Phantom versus Oikona. First game, Litica indeed will be starting Phantom. The speed gear up.
Only by the will
With Arya. Got all the
Bastion
cover.
of Hope on the Briar Witch Iseria. I thought this was going to be an opener Briar, but no, this is actually a support one. All she's looking to do is bring the Bastion and bring Bastion of Hope. Just give even more ER to the team. Once again, no debuff lands as Red Flan, despite having no focus, is dodging as much as she can, but this is the big turn you want to avoid.
Tenebria. Full resist and Oikona, two thumbs up on the screen. He's like,
He goes,
oh,
I
I'm
planned this.
good
That
to
Briar
go.
Witch was bait.
Phantom even
Love
can't
that
break
tech.
my defense.
Yeah, we talked about Japan. They're interesting picks. They're very unique. And to pull this off
Look.
against Phantom. All right, Oona. I
Full
see you.
resistance. We saw
I
this
really
coming.
like what he's doing here, but I wouldn't say he's out of the woods quite yet. The Afternoon Soak Flan is holding the majority of his damage, but oh my god, Proof of Valor on the slow Luna as well. But skill nullifier on the Spirit Eye is going to be scary. Phantom does have what looks like already one soul,
Soulburn?
so
Oh, he's actually ripping.
Goes
Not
into
going to be
the
enough to secure the
Luna.
kill. We saw the Proof of Valor. Does he go for the 2-tap?
Even the second hit goes into Luna. Down one, Oona. Here comes Briar Witch. The skill nulls are there.
It's different this time.
A 3 defense
Ooh,
break.
and that
Not bad.
unbuffable is huge on Witch of the Mirror, since now she can't go back into stealth. So instead,
Miss.
we S1
Double.
pull the dual attack, miss again.
She is dodging. That is definitely above average. When she has no focus, she can be hit. Brain game.
This afternoon, so Flan is schmoving 3
Okay.
defense breaks.
Not quite.
We're pumping out a lot of damage here. And now I think you just have a really good turn, ripping it.
Aria.
ML Aria goes in.
Celine.
Goodbye, Spirit Eye Celine.
No S3 for you. No one comes back from the gate
Look at
now.
that barrier too. That's going to keep Oona pretty
Oh,
healthy. We're
Soulburn.
out ripping the Soulburn for the AoE bite.
Miss.
Heretics will be punished.
And I love the fact that you just see so many resists. He wanted to land the defense break, but nope, resisted. Japan server is here.
Misses.
If you're not sporting at least 250 effectiveness, don't even try.
Oh,
One more hit.
Okay, finally going down.
the
but
damage was enough.
The problem, he's taking a lot of turns. Phantom is getting still a ton of tempo. Oona wants to kind of even this out a little bit. Defense breaks are going to be cycling off. Barry's tooth adding up.
Oh, I think you pumped this hit here into the Litica just to prevent her
definitely.
from even going again, getting any value out.
Yeah, Lidika's turn is right next, or right after, as you can see on the right bottom of the screen. Oh,
Oh, okay.
goes for another
Maybe
defense
opting
break.
to decide that, yeah, the true threat is the Witch of the Mirror. This is just an S1. And since we can shrug off those bleeds, right? Okay, okay.
Oh no, and that play pays off. Gets the defense break. A little bit of a cheeky duel, but you don't care about
yeah,
that. This
baby.
extra attack is where it's at.
Hit him with it.
Up a little.
2-2.
Ooh, kills once again equalized, but if you look at the raw HP count, Disciplinary Prefect Aria accounts for so much of
Oh
what
my
known as
god,
HP.
that Uberius.
Time to prove my Only by
Okay, we do
Pop the
have
Immortal.
the Immortality is now procced.
Oona.
The
She does have skill
S2
3
comes out
available.
Once again, every single debuff resisted. I cannot express how much fun it is just watching
Can
Litica
you?
absolutely eat it on
Full
these
resist.
debuffs. Oh my god.
But now Phantom has
That's a
extra
turn
skill
order there,
nulls
too.
though, because the Litica
Yeah, he's gonna use
is
this,
survive.
the Briar Witch to get rid of them. And maybe the little splash, the little extra. Oh, not quite enough.
We'll take an
Here,
extra
yep,
hit.
Finish off the Litica.
At least he'll get the follow-up, get rid of that skill nullifier on
Execution.
the Para.
Skill null gone.
Soulburn available for the Payra, so this will turn into an endgame 1v1 between the Dark Warriors.
You have the Arya though, so let's see.
You here to nag me again?
Wow, he doesn't go for the Soulburn. He knows
He
he's
cannot
going to
get
lab.
Vaki, right? Because of the Arya, he has to spend extra.
Oh, you're right. The Arya does make it cost 2 souls to burn the Payra, but now
The Arya is
second
paying
S
off. And here we
Soulburn
go.
through.
Rip that second
Hurt.
S3.
Phantom
Let's see the
needs to
damage.
dodge, and no, that is going to be a crit.
Okay, hold on though.
Oona almost has this. The
So there's
two.
2, she's 5 stacks. Not enough, even with the double lap. It shouldn't be
Another
enough to kill.
damage.
What was that?
Not quite.
Together?
And even on a miss here, the double.
Oh, the
It's
miss.
going to
Okay.
be really close.
The
I think
execution
he's got
again.
Is this hit?
Miss.
Oh my
Still
God,
the
it's
damage is
enough,
good. Phantom does go down. Game Oona will be the winner of the very first round.
Just enough damage to kill.
Wow.
Okay, hold on. Still need another game, but dang, that was so impressive. That Briar Witch on that, the Bastion, was it? With the effector just stacking, really worked out so well for him.
The full confidence in the
That's
resist
that
team.
signature Japan server style you love to see. I mean, whenever you're playing against it on ladder, you're kicking yourself every step of the way with every debuff miss. But on a big stage like this, when you're up against opponents who are known to outgear you and have way faster units, I mean, there is no better strategy to be using. My only question is, can he do it a second time?
That's the problem, right? He came out with a very innovative strategy. However, you're fighting the 2022 Crown King. You definitely are going to expect some adaptations, and this is a best-of-3 format, so he's going to have to pull out another miracle.
You're right. That took 30 turns. That was actually a quite long game. Game number 1, Oona with full confidence. But now that Arya, because of the lunatic format, Arya is not available. So might be lacking that resistance a little bit coming in round number 2. Let's see what type of drafting he's got. Oh, someone
Man,
from
and let me
chat.
just say, I saw Oikona's face when that Briar Witch, you saw the Bastion, and then all the resist came through, and you could tell he was like, yes,
yes.
this is my strategy, and
knew
it is finally working. Yeah.
He knew it.
I mean, that's the exact same thing as spending all day in the kitchen, and when you see your family eat that delicious food, nothing puts more of a smile on your face. And watching people in chat go off the moment all of those Litica debuffs got resisted, I'm sure he's happy with that one.
Oh,
Cooking in the kitchen, cooking in the game.
Ooh, I like that Requiem Roana band. We know they like to offer that third pick payroll, especially with all of these players, and now Tori does come through, so it always pays to have a strategy, a linchpin in the back of your pocket. Oona goes for the classic takeaway. We've seen this takeaway again and again, but I think Fallen Cecilia, if anything, is equally good as Ventura Ross when it comes to protecting and enabling the Tori.
Yeah, maybe not as good as like all the things that he can provide, but very good as well in other ways. We kind of saw her strip potential in that game with Janua, but now we have that blue parrot coming out, one of G-Clef's favorites.
Oh, yes. Oh, is it? No, I guess it is. With DJB, we kind of knew that parrot was coming. Everyone kind of had that hinted. But with the A-Ross on the right side, what are we getting on that Band Protect? No Arya available anymore. We need some damage for Oona. Some more damage, some control.
Might also be looking for something, maybe a hyper carry that's debuff resistant, just because, yes,
hyper carry.
Okay, Landy's okay.
Okay.
I don't know if I like
Captain
the Landy
carry.
as much, because you are against a blue payer who is going to hit you with unbuffable, and if you don't have a good way to cleanse, like the designer Lilibet, that entire Ross barrier will be moot. But Navy Captain Landy, 70% critical hit resistance will be a big pain for this Tori to fight through.
Oh, yes. Tori certainly has damage, but when that Landy always resists. I mean, restrict all the damage from landing. And Phantom now on his toes saying, okay, is Pera enough of an escort and a barrier? What else do I need? Do I need some speed, extra speed from a Soul Weaver?
He probably wants to double down here on either more damage or some kind of control. His defensives are definitely on point between the escort, between the barriers, between the Fallen Cecilia. He's got a lot of utility, but he needs to scare maybe Oona here into something respect. Oh, there you go. One of the counters into that Navy Captain.
Another Bellona here. The classic counter to get crit on that Landy.
In the name of the goddess.
Ice Dien. The magical
I really like this package that Phantom pulled out here. I mean, think about all of the characters that are pre-banned out of the game right now versus Navy Captain Landy. There's no Afternoon Soak Flan, there is no ML Arya, so there's not really any of the premier guaranteed critical hit options coming out. And you do have characters like that more, as well as the Requiem Roana banned out, so there's not going to be that flat damage, as well as more bringing in the anti-counter. So tough rotation, but Phantom finds the answer. Hand Guy is another form of cleanse, so we're really proofed up against debuffs here. And I'm expecting the ML Bellona to get banned, and there it is, as well as Adventurer Ross.
This is a full support the ML Landy train. You have the double supports just in case to make sure she is free of that unbuffable we talked about. We're going to buff her up with that Conquer Lilius and pray to RNGesus.
Oh, yeah. There's a debuff cleanse and also big hand guy cleanse. Two different ways that can be done with some vigor up on land. Things could hurt. Let's see what happens. They are starting 5% off for Phantom.
Goblet of Oath.
Very fast.
And we're going to skip the S2 in order to not activate the designer Lilibet and let Oikona do what he wants with this turn here.
Yeah, I think that's a nice play. This is going to be a little bit of a longer match compared to the previous one.
For Honor, vigor up.
Game plan here really simple. S1 drag into the Tori every turn you get. Yup.
Quickly done.
And I think this is probably where the match gets a little bit difficult for Oikona since he doesn't have a tank. He needs to choose his turns very carefully. Opts for the S2, barrier gets put up here. He wants to essentially put in as many defensive tools as he can. You have the vigor, you have the barrier, and you're really just hoping Tori can't pull out some crazy hit on your Navy Captain landing because that is your ultimate, what you're betting your entire house on essentially.
I wonder if the play then is to instead you strip the other debuffs and have Tori start whittling away at the support lineup.
Oh, the salvo! All the skill nulls gone.
Not bad from Oikona. Cascade is procced, guys.
Oh,
Who's our
6
target?
buffs on this Tori.
There's one of two things you could do. You could take out the designer Lilibet and start throwing down some of the debuffs and just start peppering him.
I think that's
That
what I
would
would
be
do
the
here for
safer play,
sure.
but
Oh,
go
wait, was
straight
that...
for the landy. That's the kill shot. It
Oh my god, he just
guys.
went for it!
Oh, Oikona is in shambles. Game 1, he has such good luck when it comes to the debuffs, but game 2, 30% hit on the landy. He looks like he just immediately reaches for the top right.
He almost falls off his chair from that damage.
I love his reactions.
Oh man, I love watching
game.
top right Oikona, and then Phantom's like, yep, that's what happens. Man, Tori at the end is also a really strong combo. At the end,
honestly,
we haven't
he
seen
was
much.
so well situated there on the side of Phantom that even if that doesn't land the kill, right, the Cascade is going to add some damage, and he can start whittling away at the Navy Captain Landy. I think his draft was just much, much stronger.
Yeah, no.
There was a much better balance to it if you look at it. He got to keep his nuker DPS, he got to keep one tank, a debuffer, as well as one final support. Whereas he kind of threw Oikona off balance by banning that Adventurer Ross away. Oikona, without any form of mitigation, yes, if your Landy gets crit, she is just going to get picked. Boom, just like that. And just like that, we're going to head into match 3. These guys, once again, some of the characters from the first game is back in the draft pool. I really want to see how these guys navigate. Oikona banned super well for game 2, even though the match didn't go his way. So I want to see, now that he has second pick, can he deny all of the OP characters Phantom might now have access to?
Oh yes, will we see that respect Arya ban indeed from Phantom? With Lone Wolf Pera, Flan, and Lidica, some openers getting banned as well.
Good call right there. Does ban out the Arya, so he's going to be lacking that card in his deck. Spirit Eye Celine, that is the anchor for, I mean, any aggressive composition right now. Definitely a strong pick.
God, not just an anchor, right? She just does it all. I do like that, though, Oikona taking that away. Now that the Arya is not on the table, he's going to have to come up with a different strategy to surprise Phantom.
You're right, Car. So, the Celine doesn't really reveal too much coming out from Oikona. I think Phantom also might need to hide the team's color.
We've seen this time and time again, G-Clef. That Bellion potentially on the 3F, no crit build. Nice answer into units like Spirit Eye Celine.
Locking that passive
Ooh,
down.
I really like the, you know, Car, you mentioned earlier, Phantom is good at these adaptations because he's just so experienced. Match 1, we see Oikona opt for the ML Arya, which denies all of him his soul burn. And this game, Phantom is kind of flipping that script on him by taking not only the Luna away, but the Bellion. Arya's banned out, so I think Oikona is going to be stuck this game without being able to burn any of his souls. Spirit Eye Celine is one of the few characters who can escape that, and now we are at that critical third pick juncture. Really curious what he's going for here.
Abigail? I mean, this is Japanese server. I'm ready to take anything.
This is Japanese server. That's right, G-Clef. Anything's on the table.
Arcades.
All right, that's a very strong pick into that New Moon Luna.
Arcadius.
One of the best cleansers available for her.
Not just cleanses, directly transforms those debuffs into random buffs.
Yeah, that's right.
One of the strongest skills in game against Luna.
And I think the Luna here is just so insidious. You wouldn't really think it. You're like, yeah,
more
AoE seal is going to be pretty dirty, but in this spot, I mean, look, Oikona has a cleanser, so you can just skip every instance of the ultimate, go for the S2 spear, land that splash damage. It's going to do so much versus Spirit Eye Celine compositions.
Okay, I just have to say, everyone in chat was disappointed when Mort was post-banned every single time. Now Mort, the Great Mortalis is guaranteed, everyone. So be happy, wave some emoji.
They just want, they want some shirts to be ripped. And you know what? Me too.
Young that's illegal to have Mort and Young Senya together in a team. That is not allowed in drafting.
Is that in the rule book, G-Club?
No, it is not.
You guys
in
play
my heart,
any amount of like top 100
in my heart,
Guild
that
Wars,
is
you'll
not
know
allowed.
how annoying this is. Oh goodness.
No, I don't want to
that
spoil
is,
anyone, but if you watch the story, that should not be allowed. But in game, technically, it is.
I mean, also like they did make Young Senya, and they're like, wow, this character is going to be really good with Alencia, but guess what? She's even better with Mort. And considering the story, that really is messed up. I cannot believe Smilegate did Senya like that.
Phantom, how can you? Okay, but still. Oh, switches over to new kid Adin. Okay.
All right. I like that pick. It's a little risky though, because we're showing a lot of like splash damage between potentially 3F, between the Numa Luna S2, and then that Ilinov will kind of shrug a lot of that off, kind of rounding out our draft with that protection for that Aiden.
I like the Ilinov pick, but I'm really not sure about the Aiden, especially in this spot. You go for even more counterattack to make the Mort third pick ban protect even stronger. That just looks iffy to me. I'm almost smelling that Empyrean Illinav post ban, followed by, oh god, I don't even know what Oikona wants to ban from Phantom. Everything seems so rough here. Oh wow, and bans away the new kid Auden as well. We're removing one of the high HP nuking cleansers as opposed to what's potentially a high HP tank here. It gives Oikona a little bit more balance and potentially some more room to come back into the game with.
Yeah, I think Phantom was might be concerned about the AoE from Auden. Here is Luna. Oh, 1% off. That was rather close. Opening the game. Phantom does have souls. Resist.
Okay. Not enough damage to proc that bystander wall like we saw in that other game. Now we have the Spirit Eye Celine ready to go. From this position though, most likely not gonna rip the Soulburn as you don't get a lot of value here. But like Valky was saying, guys, you can use your free Soulburns. Excuse me, he's gonna press it. I'm not really sure. I guess maybe just start adding up some damage, identifying Mort as one of the threats. He's kind of... He doesn't look happy with that decision, though.
He was kind of forced to.
I think he was expecting a little bit more damage, and this Mort might just be on some kind of Guild War defense build, you know? Play full village with base speed and stuff like that. I mean, look how close he is in relation to the bystander Hwayoung on the combat readiness bar.
When you don't have the buffs,
way
right?
Too tanky.
Without buffs on that Spirit Eye Celine to proc that nimble sword, you can't expect too much.
Very tanky indeed. Might just be like a defense break more to Young Senya.
Miserable creature.
A bit of a helping hand from Mort.
Maybe he was praying for a counterattack to proc the bystander.
Here comes the strip.
Oh, that could be possible.
And the Dragon Claw.
Or though.
Oh, some fears.
Dropping it down. We've procced the Divine Vessel. An extra attack's gonna come through. Who does it land on? If it lands on a light unit, could spell trouble and knock the Bellion out entirely.
Yeah, but look at the fears. Okay, so we do have the bystander wall ready to go. S3 gonna save it. Ripping that S1 enough to kill.
That's a good start.
Oikona's still in it.
Oh, look at those fears. Man. We'll take some chances for Oikona. Sober. Here comes Luna.
We're looking to capitalize on the fears here. Soulburn comes through. Another 2 layers of debuffs for each one of these characters, but Spirit Eye Celine cheekily cleanses out of it. Ooh. I don't know if she'll be able to do too much. What you're really looking for is the Acades and bust her out of prison, but do land a small bit of... Oh, there it is.
Okay, favorable RNG for Oona.
Oh,
Wow.
wow, turn all those
Shakes off the
debuffs.
fear.
Revive,
Oh my God,
greater
Phantom.
attack up. That's some good switch.
Oh,
That is
and
pretty
what you really
unlucky.
care for is getting that seal off of your Spirit Eye Celine. Now, once again, she can be a whole threat here. I
Counterattack.
think Phantom is actually on the ropes. A little bit of a counter going for him there.
Oh, I think so
Barrier,
too.
he's going to need every pixel of HP he can get.
This Mort is really tanky. Defense up. Defense great on Celine. Not that great for Oona.
When there's a whole turn rotation coming up for Oona.
Soul burn.
Yup, I think here goes for the Soul burn
just rip
S1.
it.
Fate.
Push your team a little bit and knocks the Spirit Eye Celine out. It is now a 3v3.
For the future of the wind.
Was a resist there from the Ilinov, shrugging off that D-break. Now we do have that bystander Hua coming up, and he has souls. So you can expect maybe this New Moon Luna is not long for this world.
Time to end our twisted.
Well, I mean, the
Maybe
New Moon
one
Luna
last
is
turn.
one thing. The New Moon Luna poses zero threat to the bystander Hua-Young solo, which is always what you're looking to do. I think
Yeah,
the
you know
better
what? He
play
might
here
trip
is
it
to
into
maybe
that Mort
set up. Yeah, for a Soul Burn into the
Soul Burn?
Mort. He's going for it. You have to know your damage really well, or else this is going to pan.
Can you
Kick
fully
goes through.
step? Holy sacrifice!
holy-
Extinction!
Oh, it was
It was holy sacrifice! Oh!
yeah, and it was just enough to kill to land that extinction. Very nice there from Oona.
And what's even bigger as well is the Mort is removed. There is no limit on counterattacks now. I think Phantom
Phantom
is cooked.
It's gone! Well done!
Well, I mean, Phantom's gonna try. Another spear does come through.
Yeah, I'm not calling
all of
anything
this-
yet.
Counterattack from Bob!
Okay, that's not good though for Phantom.
And GG's called.
yo.
Oh my
Oona
God.
defeats the XX champion of E7WC and moves up to the next round, semifinals. Wow, guys. Acades fearing out of that debuff. That was
Yeah,
the
some
moment.
very, very lucky RNG there for Oona,
Uh-huh.
but he was right. We talked about how luck, right, guys? You put yourself in a position to take advantage of when the RNG goes your way. And then also, I was talking about, Valky and I were talking about that soul burn. He knew exactly how much he trusted in that bystander Hua, and that was the winning, that was the champion's mentality to go for the kill on the Mort, identifying that was a threat left, and it worked all out for Oona. Wow, what a match.
What a match.
Very well put, Car. That is a sign of an experienced player. Now, if you're new to RTA or even EpicSeven in general, you might be wondering, you know, are these characters good? And I'm sure there are going to be legend players that are going to be critiquing, oh, I don't know if I like the Hua-Young on 2. I don't know if I like the Acades on 3. And I'm sure some of them are live streaming this match right now. But that win just proves you do not have to have the perfect draft or quote-unquote real units to pull out a win, even against a former world champion.
Talk to him.
I told you guys. The anti-synergy of Mort and Young Senya shouldn't be allowed on the same field.
Oh.
That's the
Keep
thing.
that saying is a little bit, yeah.
There's an unseen debuff.
Unspoken
full-
rule, huh? Okay.
The full resist team from game 1.
Well, guys, let's just let it sink in, right? Phantom taken out. Hazamaray taken out. There are still some very strong players, but this just really highlights anything can happen in the E7WC.
Yeah, this took some time, about 30 turns. Aria ends up executing the last few.
And you do see in a match like this where it drags out the whole 30 turns, and I believe you guys highlighted earlier, a lot of this will go over to RNG, and here we do see one of those moments where Peyra does get hit on the 30% and takes way too much damage. But that's exactly what happens when you have all of these matches dragging out. It's just more subject to RNG swinging the result of your match. And look at Oona, so happy he pulled out that W. And once again, when you offer
I'm
these
just staring
slower
at the top
matches,
right.
the RNG win conditions, sometimes it won't line up.
Psyduck moment.
He goes, why?
Everything falls to the wayside in the face of
Yeah, that
ruthless
only
power.
took one crazy hit from Tori, with plenty of debuff from the entire team. And
Oh, Chad's
finally
favorite
more.
moment. Shirt's ripped off, and look at this. You land so many of the fears. but just not, you know, a little unlucky on the side of Phantom. When Oona comes around, a lot of those were shrugged off, and that let him get that kind of momentum rolling.
The hit on Bellion was also
and
really
you hate
good.
to see that. 1 second fear, the next second no fear.
Not only that, right? G-Cliff was talking about you turn all those debuffs into buffs, and that just looks so bad.
Also got some greater attacks on that too. Really good for Oona. Some randomness in there too. And
70K, that was
it's
actually
painful
quite a
to
bit.
see Extinction and Holy Sacrifice in the same line. And Phantom thought he was ready with the Holy Sac, but not this time.
The pop-off.
With Hwayong taking him out. So we do have the updated tree already. Oh, Ayataka defeated Sanada on 0-2. So Ayataka does move up to fight Nero. And on the other side, it was Ponbashi defeating Toshipopo. Which leaves us, I think, with the 4 names that did not appear last year. Is that correct? Oh, except for Ponbashi. I think Ponbashi is the only one who was in the qualifiers last year. And all the experienced players actually got knocked out in this quarterfinals.
Yeah, we kind of talked about how a lot of these new faces, you know, the oldies, the reruns, the OGs got to make way for the newer players. This could be it, a new king.
Yeah, we do have a lot of new players kicking hot. And Nero from the first game. Again, Oona, I'm sure all the other players are thinking, okay, that full resist team. If Phantom wasn't able to break it, I might have to ban Arya to start the ban pick against this guy. That might be Ponbashi thinking right now. During the best of 3, you cannot change any gears, but after the match is over, like between the matches, you can go back to your inventory and change all the settings you want. In the artifact, gears, characters, you can do all that with the given time, of course. You can't be late for the next match. So Ponbashi might be switching over some gears. Do I have enough effectiveness on my Tenebria or something? Yeah, all the players will get that chance, exactly the same. So, updated tournament tree. Some of the guesses.
Quite a surprise.
Already gone. Sanada Kwon, Phantom, Toshipopo, all down and gone. So, we will have Nero versus Ayataka, Oona, Ponbashi, and so far, I'm slightly, not really, but just slightly concerned that we did not get to see any collab units yet. Oh, did we? Not yet, right?
I think you are correct. Not yet.
Yeah, I don't think we got a lock
Didn't get to see any of them
on the collab. But I'm pretty sure throughout today we might just get a chance. And I'm keeping my eyes on Oona. He might have a really big run after defeating Phantom. Yeah, Scar 6.
Not just watching his gameplay, G-Cliff, I'm gonna watch that camera. I love the pop-offs. I love the reaction. Just win or lose, right? When the RNG's good, when it's bad, he is emoting IRL, and I love it.
Oh, yes. Seems like all the players and the reactions from players are certainly working. And we were working on our reactions because we will take the 5. And when we come back, the semifinals of Japan.
Frozen hands begin to move, and time resumes its silent march. The darkness fades, and light returns as radiant hope begins to shine once more. かの光手を伸ばせば忘れし星照らしてくれる守り抜いて誓いを絶望の夜にさまよっても懐かしき君のまばゆい光すこたる星くら闇で指先伝い登れば夢はこれたどり着くからよけそう
Wait. Hold on. So you're asking me to participate? Is that so? Been a while since I let loose. EpicSeven 7th Anniversary Festivities, Part 1.
Need someone to ride with?
The hot summer and impromptu boot camp, when the waves roll in and whoosh us away, what awaits us is... Kept waiting. I'm here. Who's a little cute? I guess it really is summer. It's scorching out. You ready to take a plunge with me?
Ballsy today, aren't we? Rebellious ones aren't really my type. You're due for some punishment. Stop right there! What a troublesome child. What's this? You've got rebellious eyes. Ready for your punishment?
I knew we'd meet again. Do you have a past that has wrought misery upon you? The desperate struggling of the defeated never ceases to amuse me. Oh, you poor thing. Whenever I watch these individuals march their droll, identical paths, one measured step after another, I'm rather amused by the thought that their so-called free will is nothing but a fleeting illusion. Tell me, which thread of fate would you like for me to unveil? Since you came all this way, I shall offer you a presage. Your freedom is only but an illusion. It's already too late to escape. Do you have a past that has wrought misery upon you? Let me cage you there. A pleasure to meet you. I have been awaiting you. Hopefully, it's different this time. For those of you who are observing from beyond this pain, I have prepared a fitting arena. Feel free to scream. I look forward to the amusement you shall regale me with.
There was never a place for you to belong in this world. Tenebria, I will be your reckoning.
It is time we decide who shall be crowned victor.
E7WC 2025. First broadcast on July 19th. To you, the glory of victory.
With this power to manipulate time and space, I shall come find you soon. I do hope we meet again.
사람들은 당신을 이렇게 부르더군요. 마신을 쓰러뜨릴 유일한 존재. 성약의 계승자라고. 하지만 지금 당신이 할 수 있는 건 소중한 이들의 죽음을 그저 지켜보는 것뿐. 여신의 대리인이여, 어디 한번 덤벼보세요. 이 6번째 세계의 운명을 넘어설 자신이 있다면 말이죠. 2025년 7월 운명을 넘어서는 순간 새로운 전설이 시작된다. 에픽세븐 2025 월드 아레나 챔피언십.
And welcome back, everyone, from a longer delay, slightly delayed break that we had in the middle. Some slight issues on site, but guess what I have again? Da-da-da! Tenebria World Arena Championship. So I heard some of you actually already made the pre-order, so congrats. So this is not directly from Korea, so the shipping cost is actually a lot less. You can find it out by going to the website and getting the pre-order. And I pre-ordered mine, so you should do the same. No, just kidding. But I actually liked the packaging. I did not get to see the entire art book, but I love seeing the art, the behind art books in style, and likely because not just Tenebria, likely because there is Ross. I'm very interested of the concept design of Ross behind the scenes. So I think that very likely will be in. I actually don't know. Oh, here's another coupon about.
Oh, wow, that's different.
Oh, that's hard to guess. I'm hearing a lot of I'm hearing a lot of guesses on the community, from the Korean community too, and it's Super Creative is trying to be very creative for the coupon, so no one can guess about Underdash E7WC 2025, not just E7WC 25. It's the full about Underdash E7WC 2025. It's a new coupon, everyone. So putting that aside, I think we are ready to go into the semifinals of Japan. Nero versus Ayataka and Oona, the winner that we just had from versus Phantom 121, and Ponbashi will be the 4 players left from Japan now. So I think we should be good to go whenever we have Nero versus Ayataka ready. Put that up on the screen. So here we go. We have that. Nero 2-0 against Chapi. A very, very fast player with a mid-run. And Silk getting banned, though. He's willing to play speed and even some imprints if he is questioned. Can there be answer from Ayataka? No Briarwitch.
Now we didn't get to see the earlier matches with Ayataka, but he also took a really clean 2-0 over actually my favorite player out of the entire bracket. So that actually speaks to a lot about both players. And I think this one is going to come down to that first match. Whoever gets the first match will be able to control the tempo of their set. And once you're in control, just don't let up and keep the pressure on. And I think that's going to be the key of this set that I'm keeping an eye out for.
Well, if that's the case, Valky, I think Nero then is positioned really nicely, especially in the match that we watched. He kind of put he put himself in the driver's position and never let up.
That's right. Got to see Nero, but not yet from Ayataka. That 2-0. From Sonata.
Arcetti. That's one way to kind of go against some speed there, G-Clef.
Oh.
We saw her a lot yesterday.
But didn't Arcetti... Oh yeah, Nero banned Arcetti Zio.
Most definitely going to be pre-banned from Nero with the way he plays.
Yeah. Nero banned Zio Arcetti to start off. Also, Phantom banned Zio Arcetti. Those were the 2 first pre-bans of the best of 3.
Yeah, you see that a lot from the accounts that have a ton of gear score.
So because if there is no Arcetti, if there is no Zio, I'm confident that I would actually win the opener. Heroes with speed, and that's what they're kind of saying in that pre-ban. So those are the hints. If you're not familiar with the RTA, if you see those, run away. Oh, yeah. Both players here, they're on the left. Ayataka ranking a little bit apart, but if you look at the win rate, though, slightly higher.
Yeah, Ayataka, no slouch.
Oh, Ayataka.
Wow, 68's very strong.
I know, Ayataka, that's only 85 games. 85 matches for the prelims. Not that many. Kind of similar to Phantom. Phantom also did not really have that many games for the in-game prelims. Ayataka also a new player, and we are ready to kick things into our first match of the semifinals for Japanese server. Here we go. Mercedes Zio Sticks and Rinak Arunka on the other side banned.
And you got to be feeling good if you're Nero in this spot. Being able to control first pick, especially once again, we're looking at the most familiar set of pre-bans, but instead of opting for that Lone Wolf payroll, we do see the Abyssal Youthing this time. So Nero posturing a little bit more defensively. I wonder what kind of data he has on his opponents for him to go, today is not the day I go speed.
Elina tanking down. Plenty of damage. And the Briar Witch!
There's that Briar Witch.
From Nero.
Will we still see like a Solitaria on the lock from Ayataka?
Now, if I understand the rules correctly, between the sets, you are allowed to go back to your home screen and actually retool your account and retool your kit, maybe to like throw off your opponents and, you know, maybe other plays like that. Is that correct, G-Cliff?
You have to be careful not between the sets, because some people understand round and sets as the same term. Between the matches, after the best of 3 is over, between the next best of 3, with the time between the first best of 3 and the second best of 3, you have time to switch your gears and artifacts. Not between the rounds, okay? Because you're in the same room. You can switch.
Right.
If you
and I really like this.
Oh, yes, go ahead, Vox.
Since he's opting for the Briar Witch, and Briar Witch is known, you know, we saw this earlier when played by Oona, where she just lands, rips the S3, AoE defense break, lots of damage potential sets up there, and Designer Lilibet, as well as the Blue Elena, very strong character, especially going up against the Briar, but whenever you have that afternoon soak flan, I mean, nothing ever goes according to plan. You always have to pivot so you can start single target nuking your opponents.
Yeah, that damage potential was way too high. I do like the 2 counter picks for that Briar Witch. Now we have the Celine going to threaten any button presses from either the New Moon Luna, that Elena, these counter picks that are meant to kind of fight that Briar Witch.
And it's almost like he doesn't care about the blue Elena. We talked about the pivot potential that this Elena and the Empyrean and even Dilibet, there's so many things that Ayataka has that's designed to trap this debuff opener style, but Nero already commits the green Celine, which will activate off of the Elena once we get those animations going. And I wonder if he's going to close this out with something like that Politis you see.
Polly. Okay. Eligos!
Oh,
Beta.
There you go, G-Clef. There's your
the first
collab character you were
lock
asking for.
From Ayataka. Might not go through. And as well as green Celine. Okay. So Eligos does make it. The Eligod, we will say. But no Albedo.
This is so much damage coming out from the side of Nero. Little worry for Ayataka.
How fast can you get it? Nero. Briar Witch goes first. Let's see how much
damage. This is where it's going to get
lands.
really scary.
Oh, S1?
Yeah, it doesn't want to land too many debuffs just yet.
And now the really cool part is you don't have to use any of your AoE skills, so the Designer Lilibet at the end, even if the Elena just feels a little bit useless in this spot, they kind of feel like they're down in identity.
This is bad. Activated.
Oh,
and
toss
toss
it down, get briefcase.
18k. Ah. Seems like Nero's got this already.
However, the damage has been done. Oh, man, another one goes down.
Doctor's back too. This afternoon soak flan helping out.
Yeah, from here,
that's game.
I was about to say you can rip an S3, but you don't have the defense buff. It's not going to do a lot. Wow.
And Nero. Another game. That was
doesn't
That looks like he's not
rather?
breaking a single sweat.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, that's light work, easy.
Luna took a lot of hits, and I thought it was maybe potentially possible for Ayataka to maybe come back, but man, that was kind of quick. Ellie goes the briefcase on the perfect Ilyanov. Guys, Ilyanov actually surprisingly has a very low win rate. Fourth
What is
most
it?
picked, and a 38% win rate.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's not looking
it's
too
actually
good.
one of the lowest from the top 10. Kind of crazy to
Well,
see
you
her
know-
pick that much and have a very low win rate.
I think one of the things that players kind of fall into is the moment you have Imperial Ilanav, you think, well, I don't eat defense penetration anymore. Pen set's useless versus me. And I think a lot of players just kind of let go a little bit. And the moment you let go, you stop thinking about how to pressure your opponent. You kind of put yourself in a losing position, and that's never something you want to do. And speaking of putting on the pressure, Ayataka bans 2 more cleave openers, and I think this Ahmed right here is going to be the one we're really going to want to keep an eye on. We saw the Abyssal Yuffie remove first match, and now Ahmed's removed. I think Nero might actually be down one of his most favorable openers, but Witch of the Mir Tenebria, Frida, 2 of his most reliable characters already locked in. He's going fast, and he's not letting up.
Oh,
Well, also not letting up is
Okay.
Ayataka answering back with the
Contest
quickness. The pair
on.
with that Veronica speed imprint. Let's go.
let's go.
We know exactly what happens when the blue Payra drops into that 3rd pick slot. Nero needs to think, do you go for another opener? Do you go for like the Ran again? Or maybe do you go for the double imprint? There's a lot on the table, and as the 2nd pick player, you're just at such a big disadvantage since Ayataka has 2 options.
Ooh.
I like
Ooh,
that
okay.
a little bit. Yeah, on the lock spot. That's going to give you that anchor. We saw this in a previous set where, you know, in the speed races, a lot of times you have so many imprints that this unit is very hard to take out.
Shall we go?
And Vildred imprint, as well as damage from that green unit.
Let's wrap it up.
And Summer Hwayong!
Oh.
Okay.
We got a double Hua action.
Woohoo! I love it. I love it. Will she go through though?
Clev.
A lot of people don't know about this, but the Hwayong versus Hwayong matchup actually gets pretty spicy because since Payra goes first, that S3 will be activating the Summer Hwayong, which will be attacking into the highest defense character, and oftentimes that is going to be the ML Dark Hwayong since she has a passive that scales her attack really high into the defense. So actually really bad spot for Nero to be trapped in if he doesn't get that coveted first turn Requiem Rana locked in. All reliable when you do have that blue Payra on 3rd.
All I can give
And
you
double Vildred in the house!
Oh my god, I love
man.
it. Okay.
Instant imprint ban, only
Unfortunately,
one. But RV does
yeah.
make it into the field. What a
Right, I like this
what
lineup.
a pick from Nero. This guy just doesn't care.
Well, now we've seen this once yesterday where you pivot out of the race and anchor the match with 2 either high damage characters or bruisers that's designed to be able to 1v4, and I wonder if this is going to be something that pays off. Arbiter Vildred's not the most comfortable into the Sea Phantom Politics since he won't be able to get full focus.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But still might be a playable game.
S2, S3 for that blue Payra. Ayataka taking the lead.
Shall we dance?
And the follow-up,
Life is full of suffering.
Phantom Dance from the Politis. Oh, some resist.
Yeah, a lot of turn meter pushback into that Requiem Rana.
Twilight glimmer.
Here we
This is a
go.
lot of damage. We got attack buff. We got enraged.
The
Let's
combo.
see this go through.
Okay,
Just
hold on.
the
though.
entire board. Hang on, we got the kick.
Secret Sight.
Takes out
Okay.
the Veronica.
Alexis Basket.
Into the army.
Full soul.
The
damage is-
damage, the stealth mitigating a lot of that.
Yeah, the
Ooh,
escort.
now this could still go either way, gentlemen.
Okay, resist. No stun.
Actually gets hit there. Yeah, a little luck in the resist potentially.
Oh, the
Knock out the RB. Yup,
Oh,
that's
did
did not
so
dodge. You
much
need to dodge a
damage.
second hit, not the first.
No count.
Ooh, yeah, I think this is gonna be too much for
Wow.
Nero. Didn't get that timely counter.
slow and methodical here. One turn at a time. You got to land one more hit. Counterattack, hang on!
Okay, the miss.
The Synchronized?
Polly's in trouble. Oh, you got
If he
one more
misses
hit.
one more time, yeah, this could be it.
Counterattack!
Oh,
It's
no!
on!
It's his biggest damage dealer.
Boys, it's on, and Nero wins another. Ayataka with the Huayang in that band protection.
Well.
2 wins in a row. Oh my
It really came down
God.
to that one, not just the counters, but there was a blind on that Requiem Oona, and he got that timely dodge.
You're
Got
right.
the counters when he needed, and it was just enough. This is what we're talking about when you pivot out and get that bystander Huayang. It is still kind of a gear gap, gear check, but it did pay off in dividends for Mr. Nero.
That was close.
And we really like the fact that Nero played it out exactly as the game plan dictated. You take that first match, and once you do get that first win, you don't let up the pressure. Look at the way he pressured the first and second pick. Witch of the Mirror Tenebrae, you never, almost never want to play turn 2 against her. So he forced Ayataka to go super fast into the Payra, even though he already committed the Sea Phantom. It's a lot of utilities in these openers, which in turn made him a little bit more vulnerable to the solo ability of the Huayang. RB assisting on the damage, but Huayang was the star of that show.
All right, viewers, don't blink. We're going to get a little 2-tap into the bomb. It's going to do a lot of damage. Still in and off. And she's going to just eat that to the face. Here we go. Bissell Fiend. Rocks
the
that
tap
fire flan. Holy.
So much damage. And you cannot really survive if you don't really have the fast turns.
Is that the color?
And we thought the cleave, the first few turns for Ayataka were okay.
Look at that, man.
Until
That
so
Requiem
much
cleave
damage.
this happened.
leaves her at 1 health, and Nero comes back. Sigurd's Sight, bringing that RB. He didn't dodge the hit he needed. Look at this Requiem Oona damage. But right here, the blind, it
Counter.
misses. Oh no, actually that one hit. There was a previous miss, and that was enough to knock her out.
Man, bystander Huayang sometimes doing like 1v2, 1v3, 1v4. Thanks. A little scratch on the
I don't
back.
know if you caught that reaction.
Counter.
Even Nero there was like,
Counter
well,
for the
you know, I'll take
win.
it.
You know, it happens.
You know,
2-0.
it's like it's reminiscent of Kukerbat, you know?
Yeah, and I know we were talking down the RB pick a little bit, but credit where credit is due. He landed 2 clutch blinds, stalled out so much damage. In fact, it was barely enough for, you know, the misses to happen, and then one Huayang counter, and the entire tempo got flipped.
I know. RV did deliver some damage on top, and the blind was able to go through most of the escort barrier too, so which actually soaked up a lot of the damage. Wasn't the first, a second RV of the entire tournament actually kind of working out. Not too bad actually. When in trouble, you just pick another RV and you can kind of deliver when the other team is kind of squishy. I think that's the solution, right? You don't want to use Amiki or any other solution. Just come back to life, bring that snake, and just slash. I think that's one of the good answers from good old days. And you end up getting the win with a big help of that big Huayang. My Huayang doesn't counter as much, but that's always the case, right? Right, gentlemen? So let's move on to the next.
Luck is a skill. Luck is a skill. We're just unskilled like that. It is what it is.
100%
I'm here with
skills.
you.
Let me fix my tie 1 second. And next player, Oona, the one defeated Phantom with that Aria. Is it worth the ban to go into?
I think so, man. Oona really showed. He put on a clinic on how to beat an ex-champion. And man, look at that win rate. I think everybody was kind of betting against him. I think only Valky was maybe the one at the start to kind of believe in this guy. And now I am converted, and I love not just the reactions, but his gameplay. And I really like how innovative he is. Very exemplary of the Japan region.
And his opponent that we did not get to see in the first is Ponbashi, a very fast Lidica player.
Also a little Arya though, so we might see some contested picks there.
You're right. And DJB, huh? Maybe he's fighting a lot of Payras on the other side. Or Tori.
Well, that's a bit of an interesting playstyle as well, and it's something that only in Japan, fellas, when you got the most ban protected Lidica, and instead of using it to swing into a full-on cleave, yeah, you know what? Let's pick effect resistance characters like that Aria, like the DJ Bazaar.
Yeah, that's why Ponbashi would be picking it. And here is the record from last year, top 8 in qualifiers from Ponbashi. The only name from last year coming back. Oh, still standing. The other players are brand new, or at least don't have the record from last year. So rankings, win rate about the same. I think it's a lot more about the style of these players. Oona.
Oh, yeah.
Then we have the Aria again, or some different tactic that we got to see, like Acades when there was Luna on the other side, or even the Landy team that Oona was trying to pull, which ended up being a loss because of that Tori. But I'm pretty sure he's ready for that now. Yeah.
And I think one thing that's really important to see from Ponbashi is whether or not he can bring a little something different. Because we've already seen Oikona's tried and true comp versus these speed players. You know, he's going to stack resistance, and once those characters are locked in, you no longer get to land your debuffs in any way unless you can bring some of that special sauce.
Semifinals, match number 2. Aria is live. Arunka, Renak, Arsetizio.
And we see the standard pre-bans come through with the standard opener. I don't know if any of us are surprised, gentlemen.
Not at all here. Oona out with that New Moon Luna. Abyssal Euphine, I could have even said it ahead of time. I can read the future. Yeah, we kind of, you know, we've been through this song and dance many times before.
The combo.
I think if you were a common player of the RTA ladder right now, this will look a little way too familiar to you. But once you get into the second, third round, things start getting shaken up. And there it is.
Aria.
Taking away the ML Aria against Oona. He's stun locked a little bit, thinking, now what?
I don't even know if it's taking away. It's just, you know, Ponbashi, that's one of his most picked as well. He does have like a little bit of a different play style. We showed the like the Fire Litica. You can tell from his pre-bans too that he does have that capability to play the speed game. But this might just be a bad matchup for Oona if he doesn't have another game plan for this first game Aria.
Maybe against the Prefect Aria on the other side, and Lone Wolf Hera. Some more debuff could be landing from that FCC as well.
I mean, you already have the AU Fiend to counter the combat readiness from that Payra. I wonder here, yeah, you could go for a DJ Bazaar. Would leave you a little bit low on tankiness, but nevertheless, a strong pick versus Fallen Cecilia. And, of course, New Kid Aiden, no Harsetti in sight, but will be able to chop down these high HP units like butter.
And on the other side,
I wish I had this unit still, honestly. Oh, is that hovering over a Briar Witch?
But you have a
A
Rylith.
lot of Briar Witch from Japan. G-Clef always has to bring up the Rylith. Here we go. See, Phantom Politis comes through. Another little opener. And then a Briar Witch. This is an interesting draft if he locks this in. Yeah, I was going to say that kind of...
hesitate.
No shame. We love a little Rylith action. And the blue crowd has me a little bit curious. He already has Fallen Cecilia, which is largely considered the #1 or #2 tank in the game. And he picks up blue crowd, which is maybe the 3rd or 4th best tank in the game. Maybe
I think he really,
that FCC is the 3F FCC?
He wants to just double down on this, you know, the hyper carry Aria. And then just make sure he has some kind of night protection. But, you know, we're fighting some other hyper carries. So what's our ban going to be from Ponbashi?
I think it really depends on what you think you can get away with, but in his case, if he's double knighting it up, Ponbashi, or Oona rather, might just ban that away your Lone Wolf Payra, and no, bans out the crowd. Wow, we do not want to deal with that.
Yeah, top 4 versus top 4, okay.
He doesn't want none of that action.
Yeah, I think I would have actually guessed a different ban, but you know what? These players have made it to the almost last round here, so let's go. Oona versus Ponbashi.
We are ready. Unleash those chains, and we are up. Lone Wolf Payra from Ponbashi on the right, Oona on the left. A new kid Aden. Let's see what she's up to. A couple of wins yesterday.
Good, G-Class, tell you that much.
I'll bring it roaring back to life.
Payra gearing up, Rampage.
A bunch of Sunday drivers.
Oh man, Sunday drivers are the worst at 2 p.m.
I mean, I'm gonna have to drive on Sunday. I feel targeted right now.
On 2 p.m. though. 2 to 3 p.m. Those are the worst times. They never go above speed limits. Oh, you're never supposed to go above speed limit, by the way, guys.
Yeah, guys, don't drive above
I never said
speed
that on
limit,
broadcast. Okay. Oh, good. Resistance.
Yeah, don't go below. Go right on the line.
Anyways, we got the variant version coming through. Desert Drill Bazaar ripping that S3. Gonna get some tempo, some turn meter push, as well as some immunity for his team with Oona now taking the lead.
I see.
Do get a little bit of this Luna action here, but I mean, that's a disciplinary prefect Aria. A lot of times, your defense break just isn't going to land. So instead, we're going to try our luck with the S3 instead. See if we can deny any amount of these buffs.
Okay.
Not really.
It goes almost exactly as you would expect.
But I think Oona might have wanted a couple more. Just from
Soul
luck.
burn. This is what Ponbashi. It's around this prefect Aria on the ban protect spot.
11,000.
And now we're gonna start ramping. So I think Ponbashi just really wants to avoid hitting this Abyssal Ufine. Try to weather the storm between the new kid Aiden and just have that Aria ramp up and slowly take out Oikona's units.
It's time for your revenge.
Little unfortunate there on the miss.
I do like that game plan.
Miss.
Don't be nervous.
Immunity on, so just a little scratch. Pulse.
Okay, not bad. Damage adding up. Oh my god, that should be enough to finish there.
Okay.
Bro, what a
Unfortunate
cheeky
duel.
dual attack. You take it with this Luna, but the issue is always going to be there. You still have this Aiden to chew through. There is still a Ufine on the horizon. Can you bring enough damage to go through that without, you know, one of these characters eventually having that pop off on you? You do have a little bit of time. See, Phantom Politics will be able to limit the fighting spirit coming in. Another smash comes
Look
through.
at
Prayer
that
of Solitude.
damage. Not bad. There's a Jewel Bazaar S3 was down, but yeah, I think this game plan of the Aria solo, if he just keeps dodging this Abyssal Ufine, now he does have to tackle that Aiden eventually, and that's going to be kind of telling. Oh, hold up. Okay.
Extra tooth damage. Always hits.
Yeah, starting to put some pressure now on the Abyssal Ufine.
Counter. Finally
gonna
on.
counterattack.
Yeah, she was a little quiet this entire game.
Yeah, with that Sea Phantom, right? We have so much time on that fighting spirit. She's cutting off that resource reduction by quite a bit.
Over there.
S3 available for the Aria as well. As soon as her turn gets there, I'm expecting her to just full sending it into that Ufine.
Oh, the shots. Not landing as much.
Fortunate for Ponbashi. Here we go.
Soul burn.
The second one, soul burned again.
Purge.
Show me the damage.
Gone.
It's just enough.
Oh, that is
wow.
a lot more than what we thought.
And look at this game plan. Now we do have to deal with the Aiden.
Start
Here we go.
of
Some
a
counters coming into play.
1v4.
That's decent damage.
Can
However,
you?
she's still going to take some chip damage, right? Even on a miss.
Oh, that's
look at that
lot.
Invarious Tooth. Yeah, the chip damage is going to add up. I think this is going to be too much for Oona here.
And skill nulls on the entire team for Ponbashi. On top of that shield.
Oh wow, and he saves that soul there instead of going for the soul burn for the full clear. He's playing this very slow and very methodically.
You're quite the dancer now.
Band of dance from Politis. Speed down.
Not good.
Even worse.
We know Aiden is a character that's really strong in the endgame 1v1 and sometimes 1v2, but I don't know if I've ever seen her win a 1v4. I'm holding my breath right now. Another counterattack. That skill nullifier is so deadly. You're getting no healing through.
The extra
Just paying
damage.
off big time. And here we go. Look at all the chip damage. We just land a hit anyways.
And Ponbashi takes game one. But a lot of knights and warriors on the line.
I
Got
like it. Very nice background too.
Ooh, lots
Little,
of.
is that sake collection?
Yes, rated R
My
collection
guy
on the
looks like
right.
he has good drinks.
Rated R.
And is that your bookshelf card? Look at all those
I
mangas.
know.
There
That's
we
like
go.
my
That's what I was
dream
saying.
on the side. Manga books on the
Yeah,
bottom.
listen, I don't got that,
Some drinks
that
on
high
the
IQ
top.
chaser lineup.
My type of wall.
My man, after party at Ponbashi's. But no, I think this solo prefect Arya with the on that ban protect spot, that's why we saw the 2 knights, and he knew the game plan going forward. It was just going to be soul burn, keep soul burning, whittle away at the solo units on the side of Oona, and it really paid off.
And one thing that I think Ponbashi did really well was just tempo his picks. Even though he was only getting half of all the combat readiness through this Abyssal Youthine, his target selection was on point. Take out the Luna, take out the DJ Bazaar, followed by the Abyssal Youthine, and you know what? If anything, Aiden can win a 1v1, 1v2, maybe even a 1v3, but definitely not that 1v4, especially not through the disciplinary prefect Arya tax. Taxing your souls. Losing that soul burn was so painful.
Moving to round 2. It's lunatic, so you can see all those faces in the middle.
I'm curious if Oona will try his Navy Captain Landy lineup like he did in the previous set. Now that Arya is definitely off the table, I wonder if he has a different kind of strategy.
Hellion Lua, Haste, ML Haste fan.
Feel my soul.
Conqueror Lilius.
First pick Conqueror Lilius. I wonder if we're just going to see another Tori composition come from Ponbashi real quick, since most of the time when all of these openers are banned, Conqueror Lilius gets snatched away first pick on the second round. So the other player usually tries to reply with one of those really high value combos. And I think Tori is almost always just going to be it. Hovering a Red Knight. There it is, the Adventure Ross. We might get to see it.
That's indicative.
And Ponbashi is a very slow and methodical player. You see him ban away the Hellion Lua with the Blood Moon Haste. That's one fast and one slow character. He wants to keep his opponent in that mid-range of speed. And guess who's really strong in the mid-range? Is Tori. Yes, sir.
Oh, yes. We saw that Fire Thief on Sorin. We knew that Tori was coming.
Desire your flesh.
Oh,
look at the change up, Archdemon.
Second pick. Very highly
It's a little bit interesting, right? Because Tori does have that immunity that cannot be stripped. However, if he can either ban that Tori or maybe kind of go into the long haul, maybe we get some seals on the rest of the supporting cast, and that Archdemon can really start to do her work.
Oona can certainly cook a bat out of his way. It is possible.
And I like the Archdemon for the fact that she can always pull a dual attack. So depending on how your end game shakes up, you know, she could be used to snowball a BBK. And that's a matchup we've seen overcome the Tori time and time again. And if you can get the right character with the highest attack pulled into that Tori, you might just be able to take her away on a really good turn. Especially if you catch her without that stealth buff from Windrider. Once that seal locks in, ooh, could be big potential. He's looking to make some big plays.
We're talking about high value picks in game 2, right? The mid we see come out a lot, especially though from the players that like to play that more aggressive style. And Ponbashi, even though he's showing slow, methodical gameplay, yeah, I think he can flex into this more speedy style.
I mean, he does have 2 picks to be able to complete this cleave. It's going to be a bit of a pivot though, since he already has a tank. So whenever you have a tank, it's really hard to swing yourself into a full-on cleave. But Argent Waves Hwayoung's a good option for him here. That's going to be a lot of damage.
What are you doing?
We'll see if he gets banned this time around. That Amiki comes through. That's going to be something that Ponbashi definitely has to watch out for.
Miki is just such a big threat to characters that don't have a high HP pool. And if you just look at Ponbashi's side, I mean, red unit squishy, blue unit squishy, blue unit squishy, and the only thing that have a little bit of meat on him is that Venture Ross. I mean, speaking of
meat on the bones, if he's an ML Arya fan, we got the Arya here too. Arya, let's go!
I believe Omega was the only player last year who picked a couple of Arya, and the first one this year. From Oona.
We do love a little meat
blue
on
Kise! Oh. Lots of blue units.
With that mid.
Lots of ice units.
Yeah, let's see what Oona bans here. Yeah, I think of that Kise and the Miki we talked about, just very powerful, especially when you're more on that aggressive, lower HP lineup. The Arya is going to come through, though.
So I do believe the spectators are eating good. We're seeing some fancy animations come out, and Oona needs to hold on here. If he makes it, his main goal here is to make it to that blue Arya turn. If he makes it there, I think there's a comeback in it for him. But if Ponbashi blows him up before he can defend, he completely chips down that HP bar, I think he might just send Oona home 2-0.
That's right.
Let's see it.
Ponbashi up 1 on mid.
I'll protect you.
Beats Sea Lilius 3% up. And Summer, wow.
Little kick.
Passive on 9K. Woo! Already
Not
did
bad.
that much.
I'm a little surprised because normally she kicks into the highest defense character. I thought for sure she was going to be kicking into that blue Arya, but we're going to double combo here.
Let's see if I still got it.
Hwa-Young.
Let's see if she still got it.
There's not a wave out there that I can't
Argent.
surmount.
Just as I practiced.
And there's
Good
that
damage
cascade.
from
Look how many
Flash.
buffs are on this Tori.
Anyone. Maybe except for Arya.
Just
Did he
think
send
about
it?
his turns
Lilius?
a little bit. Goes
So,
for the soul burn directly. We're going for the Empyrean Ilnab. That's ballsy. I like it.
Cascade is enough to
32K!
finish. 32K.
Pombashi. I just had
However, we
this.
talked about this guy. She's not in the Windrider buff. The Cascade is the one that finished. But she is available to be attacked. We have a lot of dual attacks on our side. But the Rod's
It
still
is
present.
It is very dangerous here. One wrong move and this Tori could just get sent. Oh!
Provoke.
Goes for
like
the
that.
redirected provoke. Even though he missed the attack down, that was such a gamble, but it paid off. It stole
Yeah.
an entire turn away from the Ross.
And that Ross Tori combo we talked about, you can do so much there. Here we go. We're starting.
Can you handle this?
Skill. The skill nose gone.
So nervous.
Not much, but it's
Tori does
starting.
pick up another turn there.
I hope they like it.
It's gonna refresh that passive.
Yeah, also
No
cycles out of
Cascade
the
this
blind,
time.
which is kind of nice for Ponbashi.
Yeah, the attack down.
I think this time you probably want to try to really finish off the Archdemon. No, doesn't. Ooh, that's gonna
That
be
attack
tough.
break
He
was
really
very
wants
useful.
to
And
be
here we
Oh,
go.
here comes
Arya
the
has 5
Arya.
focus. Rip the bird. And in that Raven.
The beam.
Oh. Wait, what's the did y'all catch what artifact she's on?
Arya?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't see it.
We can do it together.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Proof.
Oh, it's proof. Okay, interesting.
Oh, some
Trading survivability,
really
so
damage
that's some extra
stacking.
damage. Yeah.
Okay.
This is it.
Arshima Shadow still alive on the left.
Oh! Okay, barriers procced.
From Arash.
And Roz
Ooh,
does
that
have
is
abilities here. He's not provoked this time
huge.
around.
You landed the blind on the Tori, which means she is going to have no chance of hitting this
He
Arya.
didn't miss.
Yup, sure is a miss.
Found you.
No D-break.
And now Arya's just getting stacked up higher and higher. She's going to blow again. I mean, we
This
talked
one.
about this. If the Arya gets set up, I think the Tori's going to have a really hard time punching through. And now we're seeing this again and again. 2 characters.
Here you go,
Hanging
guys.
on.
Five
The
counters.
counters.
Sends it.
All the way. Oona clapping. Almost celebrating his
Popping
win.
off right now.
If you wish to live.
Tori hangs on with this dual attack.
This
Will be
vessel
taking
can
her
no
home.
longer
Match
Very
point
nice.
equalized.
Arya wins the game in E7WC. Nicely done. Taking it all the way down. Slow but
I
steady.
think that solidifies it, gentlemen. Oona is my favorite player. ML
He's
Arya,
really putting
Blue
the meat
Arya,
on our
he is
bones, I'll tell you
dedicated.
what.
He is a dedicated Arya fan.
Certainly wasn't a bad
Oh,
draft from
damage.
Ponbashi though. He certainly had a
It
Tori.
really wasn't. It really wasn't.
Hmm.
I think the one thing you could maybe critique on was he jumped the gun a little bit with the Hwa-Young, with potentially the Kisei as well, because Ahmed Cleave has this, I would even say a little bit of a Achilles heel where she relies on a lot of DPS characters that rely on defense penetration. So when your opponent has Empyrean Ilanav on 3, it's just, you prefer to take other forms of cleave, but I think Ponbashi had a set play ready and he just really wanted to execute on that. Good for him for sticking to his guns, but that Empyrean Ilanav really holding it down, boosting the win rate back up a little bit for a top 10 most picked character.
Most definitely. But the nice thing is Ponbashi, even though he stuck with that, that little flow chart, he did win the first game. And so now he's going to go into game 3 with a lot more room for comfort. So I think he's actually, Oona is still on the back foot in this one.
All right, round 3 to decide the winner of this semifinals. All those are gone. No Tori, no ADS, no Ilinav, but
and Alaria is available.
So Ponbashi thinking, do I take the Aria later? Likely he will have the first turn. A blind Aria ban.
Both of them banned the Aria
They both
against
banned
each
it.
other.
You don't get to have it.
All right.
I don't get to have it.
Yeah, maybe deciding I'd rather have my first pick Prio be something else, and so he doesn't want Oona to take it on 1 or 2. So, I kind of like that from both players.
Me too. I really like the confidence because that shows that they're not one-trick ponies. They both have alternative strategies they can opt for. And here, DJ Basar gets locked in. He wants to play the Fallen Cecilia, but not going to give you the chance. Witch of the Mirror Tenebri gets locked in. Oona is posturing to speed up on him.
Oona.
DJB first pick. I love it. That's quite. Blade Corinne.
Oona. This is very different than your normal playstyle.
Oh!
The Witch of the Mare into the BBK?
Ooh, okay. That's actually throwing a pretty big mix-up because defending against this is going to be complicated. Yes, you're going to need the cleansers. To say even help versus Witch of the Mirror. Yes, you're going to want a high effect resistance as well, but those characters are really weak into high damage hyper carries, and BBK now just happens to be one of the premier units available for that role.
I know.
I really like this.
ML Haste is already banned, so even better for Oona. Immortality is gonna help. Oh,
Speeding up.
Are we?
Oh, well. Also, just the Veronica has some kind of utility there, not just for the speed imprint, but that Spirit Eye Celine, man. What a unit. Free soul burn, could be an anchor, immortality, counters.
Ooh, in the beginning, in the preview, we talked about Ponbashi being a very experienced speed player. And there he is, picking up that Veronica, which is always going to be super uncomfortable to play against whenever you have a BBK. She just gets so much combat readiness off of the immortalities BBK puts up. And on top of that, it protects the Spirit Eye Celine pick, gives her a lot of room to be able to operate.
Dragon Bride to protect. What else? Not just BBK.
Fourth pick from Oona.
Not that much
coming down
time.
the wire. Yeah, this is a big one.
Aha, we knew.
Oh,
there had to be a hyper carry.
All right. I don't know if I like that a lot, but you know what? When it's on game 3, as long as it's something relevant, if that's something he's comfortable with, we got some room, we got some options.
Yeah, Oona tried this second time.
Yeah.
Midnight Gala, some
I
crits.
do like this hover though. Midnight Gala is a very potent pick here.
Crit damage.
The ultimate is going to let her rip right through the Dragon Bride, and the guaranteed critical hits should give her enough room to chomp down that Navy Captain Landy. If that's the match he wants to go with. Don't forget, guys, the Witch of the Mirror Tenebri is still present for Oona, which, if it is fast and it's fast enough, could provide a threat against Ponbashi. If he gets locked down, it's all over.
So the opening speed will be crucial.
Robin?
Oh? SMG?
Robin-chan?
No.
Up to 90k damage, Robin!
No, really?
Whoa,
I was like, maybe
okay.
there was an Amid in the previous game? Okay, hold on.
We heard from Gom Young-mi yesterday that a lot of players are sleeping on Robin, how much damage she could actually do.
That was a different setup though, so this is going to be a different kind of Robin, I think. But yeah, don't. This is not just a Rift character we're seeing here in the E7WC.
Martial artist Ken
And the Kenneth
counter, man.
I love this from both players.
This
Let's
is
go.
a wild draft. I love it so much.
I mean, this is why we're here for Japan server. Let's see the bans. Ponbashi has to have a plan coming into this. I think there's two possibilities, guys. Either that Spirit Eye Celine is 310 speed, super fast, initiating the fight, or he just says, Oona, no, you are not that fast. I'm the fast boy.
Plenty of damage.
Let's see, I'm here for it.
Oh, Robin can't.
Man, I didn't want to see what that Robin's gonna pull out, but you know what?
Outlier's
when
gone.
It's down to the wire, yeah. Just take that last band, respect band. Top 4 versus top 4.
Oh. And the opening will be crucial, as you named it, Valky. The Midnight Gala's got really good to target to break through. S3 on Bright Senya and S1 on Landy. Guaranteed crit is kind of crucial against that Landy as we go into game number 3, the final one of the semifinals. Oona on the left, Ponbashi on the right.
Faster,
Celine start. Huh. Damage limit
And
on
you know,
Gala.
it is a really fast Spirit Eye Celine. The extra current here was originally
Oh
meant
wow,
for
wait,
the
he's
Robin.
sending it. We
We're
crit
launching,
too.
that's a crit!
Does he just go for the? Yeah, I think he's just
so.
gonna send it.
I think so.
I think you go for it.
Bring down that Tenebria. That witch.
Now, mind you, I don't think he has to, but I do think it is a real
Oh
good
my
play.
god, the double crit. Honestly, he might have killed even without. Here we
Hang
go.
on.
Little rebuttal.
8 damage.
Gets the salvo.
A lot more than 8
that's
damage.
scary. You have 2 damage limit characters. There's not a lot of room for error. The margin for error is super low. Navy Captain already salvo once. You have to play super carefully here. Target selection needs to be immaculate.
BBK.
I'll finish you once and for all.
Veronica.
That Vampire Hunter.
Attack.
Even
Missed the
break.
bomb. Hate to see that.
That's what Ponbashi wanted.
Going
on BBK.
is quite
Okay.
fun,
We
actually.
got a little barrier inversion action though, if he wants it.
Should be the turn. There's some barrier on.
I'll show you how it's done.
There we go. The damage in.
For you, darling. Well, I'll finish this first.
And the
Then we'll
roar.
have some fun.
A lot of temp on the side of Ponbashi.
I buy it.
And we're seeing the classic matchup of one player chaining all of their turns together and really throwing down this mean combo while the other one's just hoping for every single counterattack to go their way.
23.
Gala
Oh,
Lilius rips through.
Hold on to
Alfred!
this.
We get the pass.
No salvo.
No salvo.
No
But
soul.
she goes again.
Super fortune for Ponbashi. Spirit Eye Swing goes down.
Okay, no salvo twice. Still
I
matches
think
in
you
number.
have to trigger the BBK here.
Big
No,
sound
we're
with
gonna close
Senya
out.
first.
Okay.
Make sure she doesn't get the spear toss or the passive.
S1, fish for some RNG.
Some more damage on BBK, which
You know what? Let's fish for a dual attack, guys.
Okay, gets a little extra healing for the soul burn. Which with effective HP on that Gala, right? That will pay off big time.
No one can escape.
But here you go. Greater attack buff. Uh-oh.
Oh,
BBK makes it to
with
the
some
turn.
missing HP.
Veronica misguiding light. She goes down.
Oh no. Goodbye DJB as well.
It feels
And this
Oh,
BBK
this
is
is
still
not
just so
looking good for-
much.
Yeah, BBK still has the immortality. Navy Captain Landy still has, I mean, Navy Captain Landy herself. It's
Yeah,
looking a
that's
little
gonna be
bit
tough
rough
to
for
chew
Ponbashi.
Ponbashi
But,
may have had
I
to
mean, if
opt
things
to...
go right,
Go
Yeah,
Kyla.
This is the problem with BBK. We talked about this. You kind of got to proc or you got to plan
Damage
for
limit?
multiple activations earlier.
Heads.
it
Damage
hit.
limit?
Do we hit the salvo?
closer.
Nope.
No
okay.
salvo.
No salvo 3 times in a row.
He's thinking about it. I think you gotta
S1?
rip it right here, get a kill, and just hope you lap without
Soul?
the counter. We're
Go
gonna go for
Kyla,
the soul burn heal.
counterattack!
Alvarez,
Oh,
hang
Damage
on!
limit and the salvo finally
Salvo!
from Oona, and the Gala goes down.
Mission accomplished.
The 3rd time is a charm for that Landy.
The pop-off.
Oona takes the game and the win. Goes up to face against Nero in the finals of Japan.
Big sigh of relief. He played that Navy Captain Landy. Didn't work out in the previous set. This time around, the counterattacks, the Elbers came through when he needed, even though he didn't land all the salvos. We were talking about how those kind of squishy units with those S2 passives, it really, really starts to wear on you. And the fact that we didn't deal with that BBK soon enough meant too many activations were needed from that Lilius to kind of finish the job.
But look at the bottom, man. Ken, Robin. That was one wonky draft of the tournament. BBK
I really wanted to see the
This was
Robin
a
back.
really crazy draft.
I know.
And if anything, I would even say RNG went decently well for Ponbashi. If you think about it in the greater scope of things, Spirit Eye Celine landed 2 crits through anti-crit. He kind of had all of the plays lined up, but Oona just happened to build this defense where you're baiting with the Witch of the Mirror Tenebria. She's not even there to do anything, and then boom, Knowledge Seed just pops out all of these buffs now you suddenly have to deal with. A little bit of a bad luck not bombing the BBK, and that ended up being the butterfly effect that just spun out of control.
Oh, yeah.
Completely flipping that matchup, and the landing with the 1-2 salvos. I mean, think about it, guys. We've been talking about this. Luck is a skill, and it took her so many counters to get that last salvo.
Yeah, it did. I think
and to
it
really
was
close
only
out the match.
2 salvos out of the 5 counters that she was able to provide, including her own S1. So I think it was about even if you think about what happened back-to-back between Oona and Ponbashi. But win is a win, and Oona will be going up. So, and guys, there is no break time. We go straight to the finals whenever the players are ready. So,
oh baby,
get ready. And let's see who moves. Let's see who moves up. Oona didn't really have his landy game in the first versus the big opponent Phantom because of that Tori, but finally with BBK, Bright Senya, he's got more room.
One who perpetuates disorder.
I like this game 1 though. The Ponbashi with that ML Arya, just that hyper carry, really believed in that unit, put in the ban protect, gave her enough support, and yeah, in the last spot here, the Aiden is not enough to finish 4 units with skill nullifiers.
And it was really impressive for Oona to take that loss on the chin, not be discouraged by it, not be affected by it at all. And second match, pulls out a really clean Protect the Arya draft, and that Arya completely clutched this match. I mean, look at the counters, look at the extras, all of this damage just upsetting and completely just changing that matchup. Oh my goodness, that was fun to watch.
Arya, ML Arya. Arya lover. You gotta give it to him. And the final game. Oh, the crits.
Yeah.
But at least he got a counterattack.
Ponbashi.
At least the Elbrus was alive.
But this is where, you know, he didn't land the bomb of that BBK, and she's going to kind of be left up with that immortality. We opted to get that Senya out of the way, but now we have to spend so many activations. The greater attack buff here from the Bloodblade. Corinne's going to knock out almost 2 units. Follow up, going to get that Desert Druid Bazaar out of there.
Yeah, I'm not sure I was a fan of the decision of killing the Senya first. I think it was maybe better to go for the BBK while you still had the Veronica. And Gala, who has great matchup versus both the Dragon Bright and the Navy Captain, might have been able to solo this, but if it went like that, I mean, look at these guys. The reaction says it all.
Both players fully experiencing what it takes to go up, what it takes to be defeated in E7WC. Midnight Gala, not the most common hero, as you have seen. For the first time, I think, a successful attack is a crit on S1. When the dog Kyla bites, it's a crit. And so that's why, but the other skill that slashes through the Colosseum, that also breaks those knights into pieces. So that's why Baki and Parsix was saying she's good against both of those characters. Really good pick. But why don't we see that Gala pick as often these days? What's her weakness, even though she has the damage limit?
Imperial enough.
There's also some other knights now that, you know, are defense scalers. Maybe things like Barunka aren't as weak if they build a lot of, you know, instead defense. But yeah, I think she's just kind of fallen out of the meta, but she's still a good unit.
Yeah, she is. And also,
and I think another thing is fixed damage as well. You got the 3F Bellion being super popular, and, you know, young Senya also super annoying. It's just the amount of fixed damage bypassing your damage limit makes these characters really hard to play, which is usually why you see a lot of these characters like the Celine, like the Tori pop off second and third round as opposed to immediately right off the bat.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good. Also, good points. Also, been the Gala Ilias used to use her a lot in Brawl. Everybody enjoying that.
In Brawl.
It's some, I think every single tournament we have, including the Lunatic, we always have a chat saying, why do we have season on Brawl? Why isn't it constant mode in the game? I think there are quite a lot of you asking for that, and hopefully if you keep on chatting away, Smilegate is going to listen. They always listen, and it's just on the list of priority things to do. Hopefully it's permanent in game. I do like going into it and using playing that Brawl as well, but with no break this time, I think it stays for Japan and EU. Nero 2-0 up here. Oona 2-1 victory. So Oona did not really have that much time to actually prepare for his opponent. When Nero, he was watching a little bit more on the back.
Yeah, maybe slight advantage there in the positioning on when they played. But I couldn't have asked, I think, for a better finals here for the qualifiers in Japan. Nero versus Oona. My God, I'm excited.
Yeah, here you have your king of clean versus the king of grit and grind, and coming back and slumming it out and dragging the other guy back into the mud, getting into this wrestling match. And really curious to see how their matchups and especially their bans break down. Time and time again, we see Oona get put in these unfavorable positions. We know he's behind, we know he can't breathe easy, but I think he's always finding really good bans to enable his playstyle, and that's what I've really enjoyed about his play. I know it's not the most flashy thing, but from an analytical perspective, you gotta respect these excellent decisions he's been making all night long.
No, Nero. Certainly really good. 2-0, 2-0 so far. Did not lose a single game. Even when he had some second picks to go through. Oona, we just had him. Aria Lover, not just MO Aria. The Blue Ice Aria that we got to see, which is pretty uncommon. I still remember Omega played her twice last year, and I think that was like the last time we were able to see the Blue Aria in game, in the tournament of E7WC. Not really having the best win rate either.
I feel like I've seen KJ maybe
KJ
pop it out one time, or maybe it was one of his. I know that's one of his like skin choices. I know he does like Aria a little bit too.
It's Aria really hard to have the pop-off moment, hard to gear in the perfect way. But new players coming up all the way, relative record. Oh, there is that record between Nero and
There's a little
Oona
bit
now.
on the board there. There's been a little history. But Oona, he's the Phantom Slayer, man. This guy is tried and true just from his bracket alone today, right? Like, he hasn't had an easy matchup, but somehow he keeps pulling out the victories.
Oh, yes.
But this might be his toughest opponent right now. Nero also looking insanely solid, so my God.
Looks solid. Let's see if he's ready for this final for Japan to qualify for the main matches. Nero on the left, Oona on the right. Only one of them will be going up to the main match to join all the other server qualifiers. We only have 2 slots left, one from Japan, one from Europe. We'll do it at the end of the day. We will have Europe in just about less than 4 hours from right now. Arceti Zio, Peira Renak ban, which means Barunka is open.
Barunka.
There we go. Boss Arunka instant pick.
The bike lady.
Now, I know this might seem like something where you might say, okay, Nero has first pick Boss Arunka. Surely he tanks down here. No. Guys, when a Cleat player has Boss Arunka, that is arguably when she is the scariest, because not only is she one of the best tanks in the game, she is also one of the best anchors in the game. So whatever it is you're trying to do,
man,
you better get ready to ban her.
Let the takedowns have the units, Cleavers. Come on. Here we go. The Aria, though. Oona, one of his trademark characters, finally getting it. His last opponent was stealing it from him.
And I really like this sequencing as well. Luna is just going to be very tanky for him. We've seen it. Going to be absorbing a lot of damage and then just be a disruptive force. Not necessarily going for the speed, and of course, that Aria just denying not only the soul burns, but also putting down a little bit injury as well. And Nero goes for that Spirit Eye into Briar Witch combination. Okay, that's a little bit interesting. Didn't really, I guess, retool from that, so we're playing into that whole pipeline.
Both players getting their favorite heroes in, at least. Got Arya for Oona.
You trying to start
Iseria on
Oh.
the left.
Let's get a sunburn.
Got a little combo. See Phantom the Genua.
Another
The
Frida.
time has come to light the
Oh my god, it's gonna
Nero.
be a quick one.
Strays. Strays is very deadly here. If this Strays ever gets the turn, that Genua is in a lot of trouble. I think Strays is a force ban. I mean, the S3 is going to cut through the entire team, mayhaps one-shotting the Arya, but putting that Genua into immortality, and you strip the immortality, he's basically out of options.
Huh? No way.
Don't think you're.
They pre-banned this girl.
Amiki.
Oh, Amiki comes through. All right, all right.
Yeah, that Strays is getting banned 9,000%.
Probably the Amiki too. Actually, I don't know. We have a few
I think
options.
from this spot, you might even ban the Genua and just believe your boss Haruka can face
That's what I
tank
was
the
about to say.
Omni.
If you
I
think
think
the
Oikona
Strays-
telegraphed it a bit too much.
If you think the Strays is the ban of choice and the Ruka's there trying to provide that anchor, we also have that Frida.
Oh, Frida
Strays looking out for
ban!
that. Wait a second. So
I
Strays gonna
love
make
being
it through.
wrong when I do this. The Stray stays up. Okay, we'll have to see how this matchup goes.
Interesting choice.
Oh,
Coming down
free
from
Soulburn.
Oikona. He's confident to face against that Strays. Let's go in. The finals of Japan. Game 1.
Did I hold you up too long?
Briar Witch.
You will all
Send it in.
disappear from my
Quickly rips it.
Is going to be starting this fight. Let's see if we land any.
Oh!
No, we must land it. That's why we banned the
Yeah.
Arya.
Oh, Oikona.
Oh, Oikona
yes.
special right there.
That Arya power. Nothing.
In the
Some
blink
damage
of
though.
an eye.
We go
Burning
in.
into the Luna, proof of valor. We know it's high HP.
Oh, but still half HP gone. More than
What
that.
are you looking at?
Yeah, that's gonna be a secured kill.
Double damage.
Just barely.
Chaos, no avoiding.
The stretch.
When
we
I
go.
really
With
like
attack
that.
up.
This is me. The Arya's dead for sure this
Oh
time.
no.
The captain is
Just as I
still
planned.
standing. Across the passive, but that is
Yeah,
game
but it's
1.
not.
Ladies
Yeah,
and
wow, what a
gents.
fast game.
Nero
Oh.
with the Frida profile. Oh,
I don't know about
takes
the
another
ban.
win.
Obviously, guys, hindsight is 20/20, but yeah, that ban on the Frida, we left that Strays when we're relying a lot on our ML Arya to do some work in the later match. You know, you get the early resist, but then that Strays just comes through and cuts you in half.
I really like what Nero did, actually baiting, using the Frida there, letting the Stray sneak through. I mean, the Stray just did so much work there. He's a man that needs no introduction, but Frida, I think, is actually such a tough matchup for Disciplinary Prefect Arya, since she is there to block the souls, but Frida gives you a passive that lets you give soul burns for free, and if Briar Witch got that soul burn, the defense breaks in conjunction with the Spirit Eye Celine might have just sent your entire team home, so that's not something we want to see. Understandable ban. I think Oikona's put in a tough spot, but a tough spot is where he thrives. We covered this before. He always makes that comeback.
Now Oikona likely to have the first pick with Helion Lua, Lidica, Landy band, Snipe band coming out from Nero.
Wow,
I'm a little
that's-
worried though, guys, for the game 2. Oikona, a lot of times, I'm not sure if the game 2 is his strongest factor. Nero just seems really, really strong in both positions. But here we go, Fireflan coming out.
Do not
I love that Navy
Fire
Captain
Politis
landing
as
pin,
well.
as well as the Empyrean Illanav ban. I mean, here it's clear as day. He's setting up for the Ahmed third pick. Ahmed will come out, and when she comes out, your defense penetration character will be at full power. There is nothing you can do to stop them.
Solitario can stop those
We might see
stacks
Solitaria.
and some power.
Yeah, but the problem
the
is,
flan.
one of the weaknesses, G-Clef, of Solitaria is, yes, you have a Solitaria to kind of counter that flan, but if Nero just goes over the top and brings even more speed, more aggression, a lot of times you can just take her out early and then kind of come over the, bring the damage to the table, damage to bear, and just overwhelm Oikona.
Man, how do you turtle up against these damage and speed? Eden?
Pay attention.
Amid.
You might regret it.
Here you go. It's gonna happen.
Mort!
We knew she was coming. Once again, we're here to block out.
Counter.
I mean, not
Vortex.
only are we here to block out all of the counterattacks, which is one of the few ways Oona has really stolen a lot of matches, but we're looking to put down those fears as well. I like that confidence from Nero. Oona, a man with no fears. Those Mort fears usually never stick, but this time, I don't think Nero's afraid of anything either.
There is no ML Aria on Oikona's side. Down 1 score. What's it gonna be? You need some cleansers potentially.
Cleansers are one thing, but I think you really want characters that can interrupt and disrupt.
New Kid
New Kid Aiden, I would say, is about okay. Once again, Oona is over-relying on this pick. I'm not in love with the pick. I don't hate it.
Senya.
Yeah, it did get banned out last time. There was some interactions between the Mort and her, but I think his previous opponent did respect ban it. Last pick is that Bright Senya. You're gonna see some kind of crazy Nero on 5. Big damage.
You need more damage?
Could go crowd control too.
Oh,
there it is.
Oh,
Japan bringing up the collab units.
The umbrella.
We know G-Clevs love those collab characters, but I immediately got shot.
Cannot tear away anybody. Banned out.
At least we got to see her a little bit.
For a split second. And we're in. Nero on a match point to go into the main matches amid. Kickstart 6% off.
Pay attention or you might regret it.
Ooh, the Flan already got boosted above the Conqueror Lilia, so a little bit more if you could get the Politis going, that might be the play. I think it really depends on whether or not he wants to soul burn the Flan and get off the... Okay, hold on. Let's see who he goes for, who he's boosting here. He goes for the Politis.
Interesting.
Damage?
Okay, Nero, soul burning.
8.5.
Resist on that Soli. However, yeah, look at the damage. We don't care.
Yeah, quite,
Be a stun if you're dead.
quite some damage on Politis. Soli's dead. And
Yeah,
Flan.
counterattack as Mort is present, even though the Aiden is dodging. Crane Gang comes out, and now this is what I was saying with the Solitaria. If you just go faster and you just take her out early, it's almost like your counter pick is just dead.
Vigor up.
Well put. And now with that attack in, Flan not only gets the stack, she gets her evasion back. Politis replies a little bit here. Attack down out of her damage buff. Won't be hurting too much, but one thing to know, Yufine is at 60% fighting spirit, a little bit more, and she's going to get ready to go crazy. So Mort has a lot on his plate to deal with. Not only is he responsible for stopping the Aiden, but the Yufine as well. Another duel.
Counterattack
Oh,
from Mort.
man. Oh!
Okay.
Yufine is full bar. She's ready to blow.
The trauma.
Ready to blow indeed. Trauma incoming.
Before that,
however,
Mort
rip
rips
that shirt
first.
off. Step on him.
Let's see. The fear lands. Might not. It doesn't.
However,
Yeah, it might
we
not
know
matter.
what the trauma does, right?
It might not matter.
Those Fiend's coming in hot.
I need
All
to
right.
keep the hype going. Here's a new kid Aiden.
First
Half
hit.
damage. A
Oh.
little more.
Wow.
That's so
He's
much
gonna have a
injury
lot
on the
of-
Mort.
I think he can land the kill though.
I mean, with Red Flan, even with attack down, I think it's on the books for him. No, he's going to go for the Aiden instead.
Okay. What a play
Oikona.
there.
You really have no finally.
Oh, and she
Oh
taps
my God.
out, and we have the winner from Japan. Nero will be the winner, moving up to the main matches from the Japanese qualifiers. Another 2-0, not a single loss in round. Oikona,
Yeah.
bit of a flip.
You still want our hearts, Okono?
Might have been
I
feeling
like
some
what you did
pressure
there.
in the finals.
I did think his game 2 was actually a lot weaker if you watch his previous matches. A lot of times he wins game 1, game 2 is a little bit messy, and then game 3 he clutches it out. Nero though was such a strong opponent. He tried to trap with the Solitaria on the Ban Protect, but if you're against an opponent that's faster, that has insane damage, that Solitaria is almost a non-factor.
And I really want to highlight the fact that Nero had the perfect pre-bans against Oikona for game number 2. We know that Oikona has his set plays. He has set drafts that he likes to swing the big comebacks with. But Nero just said, nope, I know you play Landy. Boom, gone. I know you like to defend against defense penetration, and I'm planning on playing Amit, so goodbye Empyrean. Don't have to deal with those two. I will kill you no matter what you do. And I think Oikona going back on this fallback new Kid Auden just could not provide enough value to overtake these units.
Man, what a day. A Frida lover in the main matches. I am wondering how things are going to shake up. There's not many players actually pulled out Frida. Only a couple, I think. Not too many. It wasn't the first time, but I remember a couple times from the other server. A couple times being banned. And this was questionable. Letting strays go through.
Yeah, it was a rock and a hard place. Oikona didn't have an easy decision here. But I mean, in hindsight, right? Instead of just worrying about the soul burn, instead you kind of just die. So I think either way, the draft was really bad for him. But this was the issue, losing game 1. Yeah, you see it on his face, the pain.
And here, with that slash, Inua.
Dang!
Excellent.
Pass it propped immediately. And quickly tapped away. Was game 1?
That's where D-Clef became sad. Shelter almost made it through.
So
it's just with that new Kid Aiden, there was a lot lying on her, you know, with her anti-evasion. We had to get rid of that. But here we go, the Solitaria.
For all of 1 second, but don't worry, Nero got your revenge. That was such a huge hit with the double buff from the Amit. This character, I don't know if she needed that exclusive equipment, but plus 10 speed and greater attack buff just enables so many characters and makes them just a little bit overwhelming. I don't know about you guys. A little bit.
Just a tad, maybe.
EEs. Oh, whenever they get speed, especially, that's when they suddenly just come back in meta, like the end in the back in the days, a couple of years ago, and also mid.
Let's not forget Wanderer Silk as well. Around the same time as the end, went from pretty much not played to one of, if not the best speed contester, speed imprint overnight. And here, Nero.
Okay, we'll go straight into the interview. And Nero, you should have him. Okay, Nero, congratulations on your win going into the main matches. All right, you are the only one, of course, the best from the Japanese server qualified in the main matches. How are you feeling right now? 네로 선수 일본 서브 1위로 이렇게 본선에 진출하게 되었는데요. 지금 소감이 어떠신가요?
恭喜您今天赢得了日服的冠军，请问您现在心情怎么样？
当然是很高兴，能够从我的其他对手中能够拿到这次的出线的名额，感到很高兴。
매우 기쁘고요. 여러 선수를 제치고 제가 1위로 올라갈 수 있어서 매우 영광입니다.
I'm really happy. It's an honor to actually be the one to going up from the Japanese qualifiers as the one qualified going up to the main matches, and lots of 2-0s. I have to ask you, did you expect this kind of a result? You seemed very confident during the draft. Very fast picks, all 2-0s, no losses at all. So what was the practice like? How did you prepare for this tournament? 이번 대회 하면서 일단 2대0으로 오늘 다 이렇게 이기면서 본선을 올라가게 되었는데요. 이런 결과를 좀 예상하셨나요? 그리고 어떤 식으로 좀 준비를 하셨길래 이렇게 2대0을 많이 만들어냈나요?
我们看到你今天一次都没有输，全都以2对0赢得了所有比赛。请问你预想到这种结果了吗？还有你是怎么准备的呢？
老实说，其实这个情况会稍微有点意外，特别是对于我们下半区的比赛，我本来会认为说，在争夺出线名额上，我可能会和下半区的 Phantom 选手或者是 Post 选手2位中的其中1位相遇。然后关于这次比赛，我其实也做了挺多的准备，包括研究我的对手们的打法，然后去思考怎样结合我的装备情况去思考怎样才能得到一个最优解去应对我的各个对手们。 并且和我们283公会的小伙伴们都进行了练习以及讨论之类的。
사실 예상은 못했습니다. 특히 최후의 마지막 경기 같은 경우에는 여러 선수들이 제가 올라올 거라고 예상했었던 선수들과 만나지 못해서 매우 아쉬웠고요. 저는 이제 선수들을 분석하면서 준비를 했던 것 같습니다. 그리고 저와 같이 연습하던 선수들과도 함께 연습을 많이 진행해서 이렇게 좋은 결과를 얻을 수 있었던 것 같습니다.
So today I couldn't really expect much of a result like this. To be honest, lots of 2-0s, and the opponents that he faced, like Oona, he was actually expecting other players to face up again in the semifinals and in the finals. So it was quite unexpected to be his opponent, and also he did a lot of analysis and practice with the helping teammates. So he would like to have a shout out on that as well. So, okay, and another question would also be, Japanese server is known to be having a lot of characteristics, quite different from all the other server. From the opponents today, Chapi, Ayataka, Oona, who was the most difficult player to face against? 오늘 일단 일본 서버 선수들이 굉장히 개성이 강한 선수들로 서버로 굉장히 알려져 있는데 오늘 경기를 치렀던 선수들 차피 선수, 아야타카 선수 그리고 오이코나 선수 중에 어떤 선수가 가장 까다로웠다고 생각하시나요?
在日服有很多强劲的对手，您今天所竞赛的 Chapi 选手，还有 Oikona 选手，最后还有 Ayataka 选手中，这3个选手中有哪位是你觉得最困难的呢？
我觉得大家其实都差不多吧，无非是在打法上会有一些差异，以及一些博弈点。我会认为说，因为比如说像我在对战 Chapi 选手还有那个Ayataka选手，其实在第二局的英雄选择上，其实是有一点这个心理博弈在的。我认为我能够赢下他们也是比较惊险。
사실 모두 다 스타일이 다르기 때문에 굉장히 다 힘들었고요. 차피 선수와 아야타카 선수 같은 경우에는 두 번째 판 때 심리전을 했던 것이 가장 인상이 깊었습니다.
Each opponent actually had different styles, so they were all very different, difficult opponent. Especially Chapi and Ayataka, the second game was lots of mental game, brain game during the draft. So I think that was the key point, which made it really hard for me, even though I got the win. And final question, since you're moving up to the main matches, any final words that we could hear from you, or strong words of determination for E7WC main matches? 이렇게 본선으로 올라가게 되었는데요. E7WC 또 메인 매치 가서 목표나 각오 들어보고 싶습니다.
再次恭喜您成功晋级。那么马上就要有我们的总决赛，请问您有什么目标，还有你的抱负呢？
我感觉的话就尽我的全力吧 ，try my best, I think.
전력을 다해서 열심히 해보겠습니다.
네, said I will literally just try my best and do my best in the main matches. Thank you so much for the interview, Nero, and best of luck in the main matches. Congratulations, you're the best from the Japanese qualifiers this year. 네로 선수 이번 본선 무대에서 최선을 다하시기 바라고 일본에서 진출하신 걸 축하드립니다.
再次祝贺您获得日服的冠军。那我们期待您的表现，谢谢。
Thank you.
Good luck. And we have the winner from the Japan server, Nero. 2-0s all over the board.
There it is.
Can't wait to see him in the main matches against so many strong players. And can he still pick Frida in August?
We know he is a Frida main, but I think he's going to need to find more speed draft if he wants to fight up against some of the demons we'll be seeing, including the likes of Gomyami and Light.
Oh, Light, Gomyami, Cookerbat, Sumi Xiao, so many names up on main matches. Now we are only left with one slot, single slot from EU. And that will be happening in about slightly more than 3 hours. 3 hours and 19 minutes to be exact, guys. So we do have a little break in the middle, so you can freely do whatever you want and then come back for the EU qualifiers as well. But Japanese qualifiers, what did you guys think overall? I was expecting some more collabs, but honestly, I think we got some crazy draft. So I'm overall very happy with what we got. Valky?
I think the fact that we even saw a few collabs. Oh, no, you know what? Go ahead, Val. Take the floor.
Me? Oh, okay. Well, you know, one of the things that is a bit of a shame is I would have wished to see some of the other matches, but, you know, the Japan server does not let down. There were a variety of matches. Shout out to the Lunatic format for forcing the players' hands. You know, you got to reach real deep into the bag and find that, dust off that Navy Captain Landy and make her look like a dang superstar. Really like it. Back to you, Car.
Yeah, no, I think the fact that we even saw some collab characters being picked here and there, Japan really brought it out. My favorite was Oona with that blue Luna, or sorry, the blue Arya, excuse me, a little bit of a slip there. However, just in general, Japan really busting out a lot of variety, a lot of units, exciting play. And one of the most important things is no Phantom, no Hazamare. We have one more from Europe to make it through. And this E7 World Championship has just been such a pleasure so far.
There's one slot left for Europe server coming up soon enough. We got to see some Captain Landy action, some BBK. Bright said no martial artist Ken, no Robin, but still very happy. Some Summer Hwayoung, we got to see her kick a couple of times from Ponbashi. So I think overall, very satisfying result. I think very satisfying day from Japan has been delivered. I hope everyone was able to enjoy, and we should be back on camera in a couple of seconds. And still the trend continues. When ML Ilinov still below 40% win rate. I think it's the only one in the top 15 most picked heroes lower than 40%. So maybe there's a little hiccup in that pick. Talking about Euro qualifiers, we're gonna end a little early for the Japan because we only had 8, but we got the best player. Only one player moving up to the main matches. Will be the same for European qualifiers happening in about 3 hours and 60 minutes, everyone. So during that time, you know what to do. Congratulations, Nero. See you up on the main stage. Thank you again, Valky. Thank you again, Car6. I'll see you guys in just about 3 hours. For us, we're signing off here, and we will be back with the European qualifier soon.
In the blink of an eye. Do you have a past that has brought misery upon you? Let me change you.
So, the footsteps follow me. Were from you? Oh, it wasn't you?
I'd appreciate it. You leave me no choice.
It hurts. That twilight glimmer. Is that the color of your passing?
My sight!
What sets me apart?
Obey.
You can't go back. Only when all are dead will this end. A crack. On meatheads.
Don't.
What are you looking at?
This in chaos, no avoiding. Your fate! Disappear!
Excellent, excellent. Just as I planned.
May you rest in
To despair.
It's time for the finale of this little puppet show.
Not bad for such a wretched being. Accept what you deserve.
Please share your wisdom. They're a bit much. Now, not really have no time. Finally, our silly fight.